got them when you said that. When Dolan
Can't see it.
punches,
If I would recognize that as McDonald's.
Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to our Mardi Gras chill stream. Today we're going to be doing Mardi Gras masks. We've got some special guests with us today. Some of us are wearing our Mardi Gras finery. Those of us who aren't will be by the time this stream is over. So we've got all kinds of fun goodies today, and this is a craft you could do at home pretty easily. We've got two types of masks. I purchased these at Walmart. If you don't live in Louisiana, you might have a harder time finding them. So I'll try to put a link down in the description below where you can
Oriental
find.
Trading Company.
Oriental Trading does sell them, you're right. Michael's probably does too.
Hobby Lobby.
That's also true. We also have a variety.
Probably Joann's Fabric.
Probably Joann's, yeah. Well, probably most hobby and craft stores. We've got a variety of glitter glues, glitter paints, duochrome paints. We've got feathers, two types, chicken feathers and peacock feathers for the big chickens. We've got fabric paint. We've got a variety of rhinestone jewels. That's right. That's important for your Mardi Gras mask.
That's right.
And we've got a variety of pom-poms as well as duochrome paints. Huh?
You mentioned that.
Oh, I did.
What
is
is
it? Oh,
duochrome
and ribbon.
paint?
Duochrome is neat because it's actually two colors.
Oh, okay.
So like this one, it's turquoise, but there's blue in there too. So like iridescent paint.
Okay. Color fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this one here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have black
Yeah,
somewhere.
black's right there.
Yeah, the black's really pretty.
Yeah, black is.
So-
we used the black, didn't we? We
No,
used the black on
Yes.
something.
I don't know.
On the
Maybe. We used the big flake glitter
the color.
for that. So you guys go ahead and pick out what masks y'all want to use.
On tuxedo mask. So about that tuxedo.
Would you rather use one of these? No, this is fine. Yeah, because you can actually glue stuff on that.
You don't know who I am. Nobody
Yes.
knows who I am.
It's already decorated.
I'm incognito.
Incognito. Are you going to join us when you get some work done? Probably not. Joseph will not be joining us this evening. He was on the fence. He wanted to, but he's got work. Paper towels. Oh, hey Joseph, could you grab some paper towels?
No, I'm gonna toilet fix today.
Oh, what?
That's not on the string, Dad.
I think I'm gonna toilet fix today. They had to replace the bolts.
Oh, okay.
They replaced everything.
Except for this porcelain.
Except for the
holder, just
porcelain.
roll.
Either.
Yeah,
This
I
ain't
need,
gonna,
for right now,
this
I need
ain't
a
gonna
sheet.
work.
And the guy came from Covington.
Oh, wow, he came quite a ways. I hope it was worth it.
one too. Ah, yeah, well,
I think everyone will need one.
fixed it. Fixed it.
Here you go, Paul.
Thank you. This was already open.
I gotta turn my beverage around so nobody sees me.
Oh, well,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
I'm not getting paid by any of these companies. All drinks were provided by the people who bought them. I'm not gonna be able to get that to work. Nope.
What are you trying?
I'm trying to get a little bit of footage for the vlog for this week.
Okay, that one's open already.
Yeesh, smells. Oh,
Why
wow.
are you sniffing glue, Devin?
It doesn't smell nearly as good as you think it does.
I know.
Oh, this is glow-in-the-dark paint.
I've inhaled modeling glue before.
Yeah, that's something Devin might want to use is the glow in the dark.
I'm probably gonna pick the whole thing up in the dark.
Oh, I wish I had more scissors.
Do you have brushes?
Brushes, yes.
And can you put the paint on the table?
No,
The
but
thing is,
there
though-
is a palette over there.
Would anybody like a palette?
If
Well, I only
use
have a limited number of
the
palettes.
brushes on stuff like
Yeah,
this,
one.
you'll never get the glitter out of the brush.
These are
So
inexpensive Walmart.
use- I know, but you don't have enough brushes for everybody to have
This
four.
is for you and Aunt Paula. This is for me and Becca.
Well, I don't need it right now.
You don't need it. I'm just.
Okay, this one's gonna open. This is the
Mhm.
this was the black stuff we
galaxy
used.
paint.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, why don't y'all start clipping the tags off your mask?
Okay. I'm gonna make that part of my decoration.
Gundam. Doody 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 doo. Doody doo 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 doo.
You making a Gundam mask, Devin? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
I mean, it would work. Cause they don't Gundams have like the faceplate. You
They're
just need
supposed to
some
look
like
like, I
acrylic.
think they're supposed to look like Japanese samurai wares.
Oh, this is pretty. That's
Armor.
the black.
Yeah.
Because there
Yeah.
were actually, there are Gundam models that actually
yeah.
do that motif, Becca. Where they have the, like,
Paint.
you know, the
Take the gold
armor?
one and paint.
There are Gundam models that have the
black
armor
one?
That'd be
what's it called?
Saints mask.
Like samurai. And they're not from any particular series. They're
I'm
It
just
has
opening
everything,
stuff.
huh?
Maybe.
Can we
Did
start
you
the
check all these?
fun?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, this is, I just used this as trash. Okay. To put lids on.
Okay, I'm putting the glow in the dark paint on your palette. I can paint with these.
You want a brush?
Yeah, but I need a cup of water. We need a cup of water.
Hey Joseph, can you please use a cup of water?
Yeah.
I don't know where your cups are.
Oh, hey, I have mini Dixie cups somewhere. I thought they were in here.
Okay, and these.
That are
oh.
disposable, so if they get ruined, it
You have
doesn't
to
matter.
stick on the back? Yeah, they're sticking on the back.
Here. I mean, they're stupid tiny, but
And you don't necessarily have to use them in a strip.
Yeah, I guess. not all of them though.
And they have all of these in
Well,
it,
yeah,
these,
6.
even the pearls and the.
Does that mean a thick
These.
coat to be?
To actually, well, the thing is, if it's glow in the dark, it's gonna like be slightly opaque on that.
Never mind.
Got a trash bag?
I was hoping to slap it on.
Did you? You can just, if you want to
Where's the
slather it on
scissors?
thick,
Oh.
use a bigger brush, and you're
We're
just gonna
gonna
have to do it in multiple thin layers, and then
We're
let it
gonna need
dry.
a
You have to let it
boat.
dry.
For all you who don't know what that's from, that is from Jaws.
Devin, the whole point of
Trash
dropping
bag.
references is to just drop them and not say what they're from.
Yeah, but kids these days don't know what Jaws is.
you
It's
don't
like,
know that. What?
You're gonna say it's some kind of Fortnite reference.
Devin, give them credit.
Where's the
Kids
trash
these days are
bag?
smarter than a lot of adults. I don't
Or
have
they'll
one.
Google it and they'll be like,
So they'll learn something. Look, I teach kids, and they are way more savvy than you're giving them credit for.
yay, shots of water.
Yeah, drink that
I
after
need
you
a
get the
garbage
paint
bag,
in it,
too.
huh?
Okay,
I'm
put it in the
adventurous,
bag.
Becca,
Something
but I'm
to
not
stand
that
up by itself.
adventurous. Shining
Ooh, that's pretty,
Gundam.
the purple. Yeah.
And this is Joseph's mask if he decides to change
I'm
it.
gonna make a glowing nose.
A glowing nose.
Yep.
Just the nose?
I'm gonna put other stuff on
You might
there.
need to cut those because they might be a strip.
I'm gonna do other stuff. I just don't want to do. I want to do a glowing nose, but it's like in the dark when you're on
He wants a
Bourbon.
mask.
When you're on Bourbon Street
There's
at
a cat
dark, or
one.
the
Yeah.
Cool Zulu or Endymion,
Yeah.
it'll be like whoosh in your face.
And there's plenty of feathers.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe I won't do all of it with black.
I don't know. I think doing a coat of black, but not trying to cover it entirely, but like dry brush it on so you get the chunky gold glitter. And then I also have
Yeah,
this
that's what I was
kind.
thinking
Could look
also.
really cool.
What are you gonna do, Paul?
No, I've started.
If you're gonna paint it, I would paint it first.
Okay.
She might go all rhinestones.
No, that's true.
Like
Because
Liberace.
we have no idea how well this paint is or is not going to work.
And I don't know how well that's gonna work on top of this.
Here we
I'm
go.
going to switch out my
They all look
ribbons.
like the doctor from Gundam Wing.
So,
The fake
oh, jeez, Stephen. I mean, you're fine making Gundam.
What's it called?
Oh no, he looks like Zex Marquise. You should make a Zex Marquise.
It's just glowing some of the
I
eyes
think if anything says Mardi Gras, it's definitely Zex Marquise.
with his gray goose. No, that's true.
No, it's Wild Turkey, but
I liked how in that Gundam they actually dropped alcohol references to
except
real
that's
brand.
the one legitimately aimed at teenage girls.
Oh, he's so sophisticated.
Like the rest of, not every Gundam is made for adult men.
But it was Wild Turkey, right?
Anyway.
They should have had instead Matthew McConaughey advertising Wild Turkey.
Oh.
They should have had Dexter Keys advertising Wild Turkey.
Okay, Dev. We need to not. We can stop talking about Wild Turkey now.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Give him a good eye.
Devin, what did we talk about before we left?
I'm not trying to be inappropriate. It's just I was kind of.
He's very energetic. Devin has brought that YouTube energy.
Let's see. I'm gonna do like a.
And that's good. I wish I had YouTube
Is it
energy.
bad to say
more often.
what's it called? Nose? What are those noses? The ones they
prosthetic?
No, yeah, the ones they wore when they had their
The
nose
plates?
fell off.
Oh, well, that's, you know too much.
I got that from Mad Max.
You still
One
know
of the
too
bad
much.
guys wore it to,
You
what's it called?
need your own
Nose.
YouTube channel where you can just drop knowledge on people.
If I had my own YouTube
Yeah,
channel,
I want
certain
to.
people would be in it.
Me?
You and some of my friends, like
Well,
My
maybe
friend-
that's a
my
post-COVID
friend
thing.
Jason.
Would he even want to?
I'd ask him.
That's the thing. Because a lot of people, I have a lot of friends who are not comfortable. They don't want to do it, so I have to respect that.
Next time on Good Movie,
Okay, Devin.
we're gonna paint.
How's your mask coming?
I've got the nose and the bridge of the eyebrow done. I'm doing it like I do models, you know? Do one area, let it dry, then do the other area. That's how you do models if you're painting it by hand. Now, kids, I'm not saying listen to me and to do exactly like that because if
But
you're
he's
doing,
saying, listen to me and do exactly.
no. If you're doing models, there's many ways to do it. You can spray
That's
paint.
okay.
You can paint by hand. It's your choice.
Hey, speaking of spray paint, don't you have an Iwata airbrush?
I think so.
Does it work or is it?
I don't know. I've
broken?
only used it once. The airbrush. I know the compressor works.
No, but the
I'll check.
air gun itself. Because I was noodling around with a Crayola airbrush.
You could also use the Gundam marker airbrush.
Do you have one?
No, I want to get one though. I have
Gundam
Gundam
marker.
marker.
Isn't that like?
You hook the Gundam marker into a special thing. and
Yeah,
it
I
feels
know
compressed
what
air.
you're talking about because that's how marker airbrushes typically.
Yeah, but it's more fancy and more expensive.
How expensive?
I don't know. I mean, look at the Gundam Xeon and Federation figures. There's some right now. They're like the size of Star Wars. In case when I mean Star Wars, I mean like
The Kenner ones?
No, the ones that you get. I don't know. You know, the little ones that are like this big.
Yeah, the
Well,
Kenner
they're
ones.
selling these Gundam soldiers, like they're Xeon and they're Federation soldiers, and they come with little extras. Like if you get all the Xeon figures, you can get, I think, a machine gun to go with them, like a M2 Browning, and they come with parts. It's like you're running the mill.
But
What's
you
it
order
called?
those online.
I hadn't yet because for a pack of 3, it costs like $107 because they're.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
I know that's what dissuaded me from
Yeah,
buying
gee
it.
whiz.
So thank you, Bandai.
Well, I bet you any money they're cheaper in Japan.
That's what I do.
By
You
like a
order it
lot.
off eBay. Get them off eBay
All right.
for cheaper.
So I was thinking, since this is the Mardi Gras stream, the stream I'm
you do
doing
half
for
the
Mardi
face
Gras,
and
probably.
below.
Why don't we talk
Just
about
eat
different
them.
experiences with Mardi Gras and parades, especially
Didn't you
because,
get hit in the face with the balloon by
Especially-
what's his name? from
especially because
Seinfeld?
Mardi Gras this year is going to be real weird.
Yeah, my sister got hit in the face by what's his name from Seinfeld.
Jason
Yeah.
Jason
Alexander.
Alexander.
He was
Hung the
real-
doubloon at my nose.
he was drunk to say the least.
I don't know if he was drunk. I don't even know if he was doing it on purpose or what, but
Most of Endymion
very drunk.
kings are very
Hey, at
drunk.
least it wasn't Kramer.
I don't know. I
Who
didn't.
knows
I
it?
also went the year Elijah Wood was king, and he was
He was
sober.
throwing Hobbit stuff.
Wow, I had a bit of a crush on him.
He was like, he's not a Hobbit.
He's like 5'4", Def.
Okay, he's stumpy.
I mean, I'm a hobbit. I'm 5'3". It's okay. Hobbit pride.
Did you drink meat at night?
At night, that'd give you indigestion, wouldn't it?
And sing
I
those,
definitely believe in 11s.
and sing those merry songs at night.
I don't know. I do sing some merry songs, don't I?
Do you get what I'm going for?
Oh no, I'm a hobbit.
It's like South Park.
I'm not
Kanye-
ashamed.
It's like South Park Kanye West
I had a high
song.
school boyfriend who tried to call me his
Oh.
elf, like Lord of the Rings elf, and I was like,
Oh
no, I'm
yeah,
a
I
hobbit.
remember him. I had a friend who, and I'm not dropping names because he might be watching this, but
I doubt it.
I had a friend who was a couple years younger than me who lived by us in our neighborhood, and he'd go everywhere he went in the neighborhood when playing with his friends barefoot. I never
Oh,
saw him with
well.
a shoe on. And I asked him about that, and he says, I want to be a hobbit when I grow up. So I was friends with
So-
both him and his brother.
Mardi Gras has changed a lot just over y'all's lifetimes, I would think.
Yeah. It used to be that,
Mom,
you know.
Could you tell us about like parades when y'all were a kid? When y'all were kids?
We didn't go to a lot of parades.
They had,
'cause the parades
dinosaurs
were all like
flying around.
downtown. Like
So the
on
Lulling
Canal
Parade
Street. Oh
wasn't-
no, that's not a new thing. I mean, that is
a
virtually
new thing.
Yeah, compared
If
to
you
when
want- if-
we were growing up.
If you want to
There
go
was no
to.
Lulling parade. There was no Zalman's parade until I don't know. My first experience with the Zalman's parade was
Can I tell an ex-
You've
marching
been talking a lot.
in it in high school.
Oh, you got to march in the parade? So y'all had to go, because Hahnville wasn't where it is now, which is in Parody, Louisiana. It was what, in Hahnville,
That's not
right?
even a parody.
So they
Parody's
bused
like
y'all
Bumpy.
all the way down to DeZalman's, which is like a 45-minute bus
But
ride.
we also did other parades. We because that was the way that your band.
You practiced marching.
Yeah, it's like
No.
the 501st.
No, it
Legion
wasn't
in
about
New Orleans.
practicing marching. It was about making money.
Oh, y'all,
For the
they got
band, 'cause
paid.
they got
I didn't know
paid.
that.
It's like the 501st Legion in New Orleans. You know the stormtrooper guys? They go to all the parades. Like they're at
Okay, so
everyone
what-
the big parade.
What did the DeZalman's parade look like then?
They had a lot of shrimp boats.
It
I
was-
mean, let her talk.
I'm sorry, I had to do that one.
no, there weren't any shrimp boats.
Were the floats? Did they look like shrimp boats?
No, they didn't look like shrimp boats, Evan.
I'm just joking.
It just looked like floats.
Did
They
y'all go
looked a
down
little bit
tree?
more
Did y'all go down?
Homemade.
homemade. But,
Did y'all go down Treagle Lane?
Tragle?
Yeah,
Not Treagle.
that's Treagle.
No, it's Tragle.
I know. Because I go down there a lot delivering pizza. Like,
Yes, they like pizza down
and
there.
they pay good. People in Bayou
So what did
Washington.
people used to throw at parades?
They would
Coconuts.
throw pretty much the same kinds of things that they threw at the parades. They would throw plastic cups and
Oh, really?
with the parade's name on it, and they had a doubloon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
They
didn't
also
someone have a collection
they
of
would
doubloons?
throw
Yeah.
all the beads and stuff that they collected from the other parades.
Well, that's what you do down here. It's called recycling.
Yeah.
Well, beads back then were glass beads, right?
No, not in those days.
That was when
Some
you
of
were
them
younger.
were.
No, when we were little, they were glass.
That's down
And people
Bourbon.
had to
Nice
string
beads.
them themselves.
That's
right?
down Bourbon
No, they were
Street. You're
buying them.
thinking.
No, I
They
know,
got 'em
but,
in
like,
Japan
they
and
were,
China.
like, hand strung by somebody, whereas plastic beads
Yeah.
are like injection molded.
Yeah.
Yep, just like models.
Yeah, when those glass beads would hit the
Oh, yeah.
road of
They'd
the concrete,
explode,
they'd explode.
Which ruins the whole strand.
Yeah, because you would end up with half a necklace.
Broken necklace.
Can I tell an experience I had?
They're also heavier too,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
My
probably
last.
hurt.
Sorry.
Excuse me, you go ahead and talk then.
Sorry.
They were heavier, so if they hit you,
Well, wouldn't people like the horses and stuff if they stepped on it? Wouldn't
I'm
they
not
get
talking
glass?
about that. I'm talking about the Zalman's
Oh, I
parade.
thought you were talking about glass beads. I
Well, I was
gonna-
also talking about glass beads, but
I was gonna say because because they had
usually the parades were so crowded
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
where we were, it might be like 10, 15 people deep. We didn't
Yeah.
see too
Hardly
much of the
anything?
parade. No.
When y'all were little, were people still making those the ladders with the boxes?
I think they had just started making
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
those are dangerous.
They are dangerous, but
Kid falls over.
Well,
I
I tell
mean-
you, after 10 being 10 deep, and all you see are
other people's
adults.
heads.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like you could make one of those and it'd be relatively safe,
Oh.
but it requires the parent holding the ladder.
Well, on that note, I'd like to share my last experience with my dad.
Oh, hey!
Going to a parade with him. It was the Gretna parade.
I went with y'all for that.
The one where we used to sit on the cemetery
Yeah,
wall and
Yeah, because Dad grew up a little bit in Gretna before they
yeah, you
moved.
did. That was the last one, and it was pretty good because
It
Dad.
was cold.
It was the Indian. It was the one that had a lot of Native Americans.
Yeah,
Choctaw
that
or
was
something like
and,
that.
and usually, if you had tractors at that parade, the biggest supplier of them was this bush hog company, and mostly they used Jeeps. Like I'm not talking about like modern Jeeps. Like
Jeeps
I'm
for
talking
what?
about these Jeeps
To
that
pull
were.
the floats.
Yeah, they're these Jeeps that they used in the 40s for farming and stuff, and they had them, and that was like, they pull floats from them. Well, people in our area in Luling, what they used to pull the
Tractors.
floats is tractors
And big
by
rigs.
the local sugarcane
Yeah.
farmers.
Yeah, that's something that's really cool. That's why I brought this up. Is that Mardi Gras doesn't look like any one particular thing in Louisiana. It changes drastically based on where you live.
Yeah, like in some places you have, like in New Orleans, they have a lot of like big crews and stuff,
Mhm.
like the Zulu,
Well, that means they
Rex,
have a lot of money to
Bacchus.
spend. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, those are the big tourist parades.
And,
Yeah.
and it also goes for the balls, because Luling had a ball.
Oh, did we? I've
Yeah.
never been.
Yeah, you had.
No,
It was
I
Bananas from Miss Bunny.
That
was
wasn't
the
a ball.
It wasn't
That
a ball,
wasn't the
but
ball.
it was a. I
It
do
was a
remember
It was
that.
a meal that they had
Yeah.
for.
Well, they had those for them, but
That was nice of them to invite us because I'd never been. Dad was gonna get tickets for me and him to go to the Mardi Gras ball because I always wanted to go.
Be
I know
glad you
it's
didn't
not,
go.
but I wanted to go for the
The
experience.
only thing the Mardi Gras ball, the experience would be to dress
sitting
up.
and watching other
No,
people.
not even sitting.
That's what Dad told me.
No,
Hey.
you standing and watching other people.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
No,
okay.
I
No. Just put it over
The
here.
sitting is only for those people participating.
Yeah, we don't know
And
anybody.
that's
And
for
you
the
don't even
people
get
that,
to eat anything.
we're
There'd
not-
be some like hot dogs from a
Basically,
vendor.
you don't get anything. You basically pay a lot of money
Okay,
to
you
stand there
basically
dressed
get
up and
Mickey-
watch everybody
You
else.
basically get Mickey D's after you get out of the
Quite
thing. That's
probably.
probably the only thing open. But yeah,
Ooh, look at all them.
I
jewels.
hate to
That's
say.
looking nice, Aunt Paula.
I hate to
thank
say this. I don't mean to-
Do you want some feathers?
No.
Or you're good?
I'm good.
I
Do
don't
you want
mean
to switch out the ribbons
No,
on the
I'm
side?
good.
I'm gonna switch.
I
mine
don't
out.
mean to be classist, but
Then don't say it.
the year after Katrina hit, my dad took me. It was like a couple of years. It was when I was in 9th or 10th grade. We went to the Zulu parade, and he had a stand. There was a stand outside of the building he worked at, in my building. And the sad thing was, just like maybe 300 yards away, there was a hobo
Oh,
homeless
sure.
person
Okay.
encampment from back when.
Yeah, because that was
Katrina
right
had
after
hit.
Katrina, and it really
This was
creates.
before they put the spikes at the bottom
Isn't
of
that
it. That was like,
sad?
yeah. I think personally, if you're gonna have a hobo encampment, you should do like they do in Germany, where they build little pods and parks
Oh,
that are
sure,
heated
yeah. Yeah,
for the homeless people to sleep in.
yeah. And I saw online
Or
someone
little
had built
houses.
a little house community for
But
homeless
the sad
folks.
thing is that local governments sometimes tear down those little houses because they don't want. It's like with gardens and stuff. It's like, if it's not on your land, mind your business. It's like with the government and water, rainwater. Some municipalities will put you in jail for collecting rainwater because they say basically it's the government's water.
I
don't
mean,
know.
some places do.
I don't get how they could say that because it comes from the sky. It's not like they own the sky. But hey, that's our subject. Yeah, our dad me and Becca's dad used to bring us to a lot of
He doesn't break.
parades. Like we went.
Well, we wanted to go to a lot of parades.
Yeah.
Because when you're a teenager in Louisiana, at least in the 2000s, going to parades was a social event. You could meet other people your own age. It was a good time. There was usually food. It was entertainment.
And
Becca, would you
kids,
pass me the
if
the
you don't
card?
know, if you don't know
No,
what
that
this,
one.
if you don't know what
This one didn't have. It's like iridescent.
you
glow.
probably
Oh,
don't
okay,
know
thank
about
you.
this place very well because it's been closed for many years. But from what I remember, you might pass it if you're in New Orleans East, going to Mississippi.
Oh, you're talking about
Six Flags,
Yeah.
Louisiana. But back before it was owned by Six Flags, when it was called
Devin really
Jazzland,
needs his own YouTube channel. 'Cause
it would
he's got-
have.
See, what you could do is you could sit down and you could make a list of all the topics.
Oh, I'd like
you
to
wanna
talk
talk
about that.
about.
I'd like to have. There's actually. Let me finish my first subject. When it was under the name of Jazzland, the New Orleans area, 'cause it had broken up in different districts because they wanted it to represent a lot of South Louisiana. So,
What's your
For a
sleeve? You're gonna
minute.
drag it through
Stuff,
the
yeah.
paint. Oh,
so what they did was they had the New Orleans area.
We'll be right back.
Okay, what? I'm trying to be.
No, I'm trying to clean your hair.
I'm sorry.
That's a mess.
I was going to talk about how back in New Orleans.
Well, don't spoil your hair. Don't spoil the story for the viewers, but also give other people a chance to talk. 'Cause you can talk
how important it is to our city and to the area we live in. Is that it was even featured in the first theme park in New Orleans like that. I mean, we weren't the first theme park. There was another one when my mom was a kid. But New Orleans Jazzland had, New Orleans District. It had a lot of, the gift shops sold Mardi Gras stuff. Like, you buy beads. The town was dressed up as if it was in Mardi Gras, like early 1900s Mardi Gras. So. Mardi Gras is an important thing to Louisiana.
It is, yeah.
And it makes me mad when other states claim it, like Arkansas
Well,
and Alabama.
but
Say,
Alabama did
different
have
areas do
Mardi Gras
have,
before.
yeah, different, like in South
Louisiana.
America, they celebrate Carnival, and that's basically same time of year. That's a type of Mardi Gras, too.
well, I'm not trying to be
And
inappropriate
France
by
has
saying this, but I was watching 48 Hours, that show about solving murders. And they were doing one, their case was in Alabama, and they were like, Alabama, home of Mardi Gras. It's like, no, Mardi Gras was really big. If you ever read The Cask of Amontillado, that's
Carnival.
Yeah, it's Carnival.
Which is the same.
France,
It's
Carnival.
the same. It's Fat Tuesday.
Yeah,
It's the same.
any big population of Christianity.
Last big blowout before Lent.
Yeah, any big,
Anywhere where Catholicism
exactly.
is big, you're going to have some type of Mardi Gras
So,
situation.
yeah.
So, I think Montreal, y'all let me know, but Montreal, I think, celebrates it too, and Quebec, because they have all the French influence.
I'm the slightest idea. I don't know either.
But y'all were telling us about what parades used to look like.
Well, you like you really couldn't see.
Did they have a lot of
Well,
horse?
that hadn't changed at all.
I didn't really like parades.
Even at that time?
Because people will stomp on.
People can get mean.
People would stomp on you to get like doubloons and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They
Yeah.
would step on your hands.
There's someone
Shove
in
you
our
out the way.
family
Mhm.
who
When I went to Endymion, I was 14. I went with my father, my aunt, and her son, who was my age.
Emily, I went to.
You went?
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
Devin, I guess. I think y'all went to go get a hot dog, and me and Carrie stayed in the crowd. And I mean, I saw somebody
Murder.
pound somebody else
Yeah.
over beads.
So I didn't really like
So
parades too much because I really
I
didn't
got a question.
want to watch people.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Did they use a lot of horses back? I don't mean to be
Yeah, it's a good
insulting.
question. Did
In
they
the
use
old
horses
days,
back then?
well, I told you we couldn't even see the parade.
Yeah, you didn't even
Because
know.
I
But
didn't know
from
that-
what I understand, because you could go to the Cabildo, the Presbytery
Mhm.
in New Orleans, and you could learn a whole lot about
I know they
how
actually
Mardi
have.
Gras was in the old
They
days.
actually have a tractor from one of the parades.
And
They have
they
some of
used
the floats.
horses and mules, not horses, but probably mules.
Yeah.
To pull
Mules
the
are
float.
pack animals. Beasts of burden. Nowadays they use a lot of tractors. and
Yeah, a lot of
stuff.
tractors. Well, you don't have
Like-
to clean up the street as much after.
Like the what was it? That big company that owned a lot of Belarus tractors. That
Are you
was,
going to use
Belarus?
some of the
Yeah, it
gold?
was-
I don't
it
know if
was-
that's going to stick on
I
here.
could go into
Worth
what
a try.
what a Belarus tractor
Probably not.
is, but if you're interested
purple
in
ones are
knowing what that
pretty too.
is, just Google it. Okay, if you're interested in knowing what that is, just Google it. But anyways, the what was it? What was that big company that used to do floats?
Oh, you can still go. So that's
Burn.
something cool. There are various Mardi Gras museums here.
They
Yeah.
have a yard.
In better times, you can go to one of the big
Blank
warehouses and tour the
Yeah.
they have the parade, the floats they're working on, and the historic ones.
I knew
One of my
someone-
physical therapists at the hospital where I was telling me that when he was a teenager, he and his friends would go to
Yeah.
where
I
they
knew-
did the floats and
Yeah.
they'd hire them
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew someone who in the
do
fi-
paper mache and
I
things
wouldn't
I
like
mind
knew
that.
doing
someone-
that. That seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, at one time there was a guy in
Not
my
as like a forever job, but
No.
like
At
one
one-
year doing that.
At
and
one
learning how
time
to
in the
do
fire department, at where I go, at my fire department, there's a
it.
guy
This is super cool.
who
if
worked
you
for
wanna try
Blaine
this.
Kern
Why would I need super glue?
Industries as a
What's a super
wire
glue?
technician.
I'm basically
Like he'd
done.
wire the trailers and stuff that the floats were on, and
Oh, that's gonna
he
be
got
pretty
to
bad.
ride in one
Hopefully,
of the
I'm waiting for it to dry. It's
parades.
taking a while.
But Blaine Kern actually owns a yard where they keep all their tractors. like huge.
Well, I know this
It's like
year
a football
they're doing a
field.
couple things. You can do Mardi Gras, where
I've
different
seen that.
houses have paid
Yeah.
And they're doing a
have float-
competition
hang
for
Yeah,
on.
it.
you're talking
to
on
have
top of
float
it.
companies come and
Yeah.
decorate, which some of those houses are gorgeous.
They have competitions.
And then they also have, what is it, Joseph? Like, there's like a parade set up, and you drive by the parade. It's all the floats that
Oh,
would
yeah?
run. Mhm.
Would have been interesting if they
Do they,
put them up.
do they
with-
still throw, are they still planning
I
on
don't think
throwing
so.
things?
No, but
You
you know,
could throw things at the floats
You
and
could
see
throw
if you
things
can
at the
decorate it. I think they should still have the trees ready for the floats. So if you're in a car going down Old Metairie or something, you just throw the beads at the trees and.
I mean, some people might do that. If this was our house, I would have decorated the bushes with
Uh-huh.
beads and stuff, and maybe
People do that.
finances permitting having one of those companies come out, or even doing our own decorations.
Yeah.
'Cause I love that idea, and that's something I would do.
I thought it was the homeowners themselves that did the decorations
Some
on
might,
the
but
houses.
some of them are paying because it's employing people who
Oh, yeah.
normally they make their
True.
money like this.
Yeah.
But some of those houses are so
They
good.
do that
Yeah.
all year. They do the wiring for it all year.
Which you never know. I mean, this could start a whole new
I would
tradition.
do it
too,
even
you
if we
know?
could have normal Mardi Gras next year. I'd want to do it because I think it's so
Actually,
beautiful.
funny fact, kids. The
Downhill
I was
college.
hoping on being in our in my
Yeah, that's
in my
right.
fire district's parade this year. I was in it last year.
Well, they don't sponsor the parade, but they do
I was
drive their fire trucks.
Me and this
in the
lady and my
parade.
mom we got to ride in one of the fire trucks because I'm a firefighter. You got to ride in the truck and they have people on
See
top
what you
of
missed out on
they had
this year?
people on top of the truck on the ladder.
Maybe next year. It would be fun to. I don't know.
One of
which
the
I would
guys-
prefer for my first Mardi Gras back. Us just chilling and having Popeyes and enjoying the parade,
Mhm.
or being part of it, because I haven't gotten to go to a parade.
One
in
of
a
our,
long
I
time.
think it's
Yeah.
our
With
safety
COVID,
officer.
you wouldn't want to be up
Exactly.
against
I think
all
it's
that.
No.
one of the other guys in the fire department, the higher up guys brought up his daughters and his wife, and they got to sit on top of the truck.
Anybody could have.
Yeah.
I don't do
She and we sat inside the truck.
and
Verma
wait.
said inventive.
Huh?
I said Verma said inventive.
What's invented?
You gotta be this year. I think some of us are just really celebrating as much as we can in as safe a way as we can, because it's kind of like,
Kind of keeps you going.
yeah, but not just that. Like, the Roaring '20s came on the heels of the Spanish
Depression.
influenza.
Mm.
I
Because
thought you were going to
people
say
couldn't do
Inquisition at
things.
first. I was going to say, you got the wrong 20s.
So, I could see people really cutting loose.
Is that paint or glue down?
It's paint.
Why would I be gluing the whole
I mean, all of these are like glitter glues, so you might choose to apply glitter glue because it's glittery.
I'm using glow. I want it to glow in the dark so I can wear it. I look like a ghost. Ooh, spooky, spooky. I was thinking of a certain.
Seven
I was
Hilbert
thinking of a.
Farm and General Miscellanea YouTube channel.
I was thinking of that certain South Park quote, but about the ghosts. The one about computers breaking down. I'm not gonna say it, but that was the one that came to my mind. Randy Marsh. Gotta love that man. He is the stupidest character in that whole show.
Dev. He certainly brings energy to the channel.
Hopefully you won't get bad ratings for this one.
Well, I haven't gotten demonetized except for the first one.
What's that?
Well, Mom let a little word slip.
Mom!
I spilled something accidentally.
You know what? It wasn't even a strike. They just demonetized the
Was
video.
it
And
one
I
of the
didn't-
S words?
Yeah, it was one of the S words, and I
Oh,
didn't
Mom.
contest it. I was just like, fair enough.
Mom.
Would you pass me the scissors?
Sure. See what happens when you say stuff like that? You're not allowed to talk anymore.
You could.
I mean,
Who is stopping you from talking other than
but
Dad?
actually, if you think about it,
Who just dives into
it's
another
not.
diatribe.
It's not just different areas in the South that have different versions of Mardi Gras, because even Texas, like East Texas, has
East Texas
Mardi Gras.
does Mardi Gras.
Well,
But
there's
if you-
also a Mardi Gras parade at where you went to school.
Nichols?
Yeah, Nichols.
Thibodeau,
One of my
there's one in
one of my
Homer.
friends in Thibodeau, my friend Jason and his wife Katie, last year before they got married, they went to the not last year, the year
Thibodeau
before.
parade.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
When
it's
I
just,
hear it's a
just,
very cool parade, but what I was gonna say is that there's not
Devin!
only
Devin!
deviation in Mardi Gras and how it's celebrated
Devin!
across the South. There's also deviation in New Orleans itself.
Yes,
You got the
but
ninth
Devin,
ward.
hang on. Let other people have a
Sorry.
chance. You love talking about Mardi Gras, which
he
is
was
cool.
talking about things
He
That
knows
is-
about.
knows
I
about,
know, I
yeah.
know, and I'm not trying to discourage you. Just give other people a chance to contribute.
I
Because
wonder if I can
Devin,
pour this back in.
I wonder
don't worry about it. Devin reads books about all
Sure.
these, like lots of books about all these things. So he
Yeah.
knows a lot. And you know, one day.
Also, funny
Hang on. One day when we're not in COVID, I would like to use this channel to also show people Louisiana life.
I've
So
got
you
books
and
about
I
that.
Could maybe go to different places
They
and
go
we
to
can show people
Spillway
cool stuff.
on my TV and go, show different.
Because I want people to see that Louisiana is more than
Oh, I
Bourbon
know a
Street.
pretty place to get a look at the river. You go to that the spillway where the road on the river road ends, and it goes up on the levee, and you get
No way.
You see the river,
River.
the river,
Especially
and the
when
big
the-
boats.
The
The
widow,
big
widow,
boats.
widow.
So when the water's low, you can go down
Can
onto
you
the
clean
Batcher.
these?
But when it's high, you can't.
With what?
We got water right there.
Didn't they
And then
also?
I'll scrub them good after.
Didn't in the 1800s? Didn't they also do
Please
Sorry,
clean your brush.
I'm not done with
You
it.
have paper
But
towel?
clean it anyway.
Didn't in the 1800s at some time?
I
Didn't
like
they
to
do
clean it.
Give me a sec. Just, you want me to do it?
No, I just I need paper.
Boy, this paper towel's gonna
Just-
glow in the dark.
Yeah, well.
Mom.
Just wet them.
Mom, didn't in the 1800s back before when like New Orleans was first starting
Look at
out,
that.
and they
Isn't that
wow, and they didn't
Oh,
have
yeah, with the water.
they
Yeah.
didn't really have a levee. Didn't they do like river boats, like
They
barges?
did have Devin, they always had a levee.
Well, didn't they do like barges or paddle wheelers that were like dressed up like
Oh, as floats?
No, not that I know.
I don't know about that. I mean, maybe.
They had
but I don't
races.
know.
I know they used to have these things in like I think it was Rex.
No.
It was like a board like this and
Okay,
a
okay.
hike, and they
Okay.
put like candles on it.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out. Time out.
I know, I just love talking.
No, I
about
know you do.
Louisiana.
I know. But you gotta pace yourself.
And Louisiana, I mean, right now, the trees are starting to bud out.
It's spring
so
here, basically.
we're in spring.
Yeah. Oh, I'm always trying to convince other artists to come move down here because
Yes.
the food's good, the weather's good, and it's cheaper to live
No,
in a
that
lot of
doesn't
places.
mean that every day it's going to be warm.
No, but you get more
for the
warm
most
days.
part, like today, it was what 60.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
good
it's higher
today.
than that, maybe 70s. It was
Yeah.
a t-shirt outside.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like doing things outside, and you want to get away from the
Hey,
snow.
Yeah.
will this glow if I put a thin layer of regular of this paint on top?
I have no idea.
What?
You want to try?
I mean, you can, but it's not dry yet.
Put
Yeah,
it
you
in.
have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
Like if I
Make-
put a very thin
I would
coat
put
on
a
top of
thin
it,
coat.
you know.
I would do that on top of where the black,
Black, yeah.
But yeah,
is. Are you done with this? Did
If you want
pour
to use it,
Yeah, I do
I
wanna
poured
use
a
it.
lot of it. There's
is there a parade in Franklinton?
Who even knows?
No, but there's probably one. I don't know. I was gonna
Covington?
say
Yeah,
Covington. Yeah.
Covington.
I know La Plaza's got one.
Yeah.
So a lot of little
But
towns.
yeah, when things get back to better, I'd like to go to the Gretna parade again. The one that's by the cemetery.
This is still
Because
so
me and my dad used to sit on the cemetery wall and catch beads. No, it was Choctaw.
It was
That's what I said,
Choctaw.
Choctaw.
And it was a Native American.
Yeah, West
one.
Bank Mardi Gras parades are a little bit different than downtown, just
Homeless
like
got 'em too. And
just
the homeless
like in
Indians
Metairie.
march.
those are a little bit different
Typical,
than
as I
ones
said, too.
downtown also.
I've done a lot of the Metairie ones when I was a
I mean, because there's like truck parades where
Yeah.
they haul these
Bacchus.
big trailers
Is that Bacchus?
behind. No, truck parades are like Elk's Crew of Orleans, and they have these huge trailers, and they're
4
full
or
of
5.
people dressed in costume.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and,
we've
And
done
they're
Elks.
tossing.
and fun
all kinds
fact,
of
Yeah.
fun fact, those people don't get off the truck to use the bathroom.
No, there's a bathroom built in.
Yeah,
That's a
there's a
fun
toilet.
fact.
No, it's a portalet. They put a portalet
I
on
think
the
some
back.
of the Lulling Parade ones do that too, because I had a friend whose family was the gas and float, and they had a chemical toilet.
Well, as
on
much
there.
drinking as they're doing on
Yeah.
those floats, there better be a bathroom because They don't
And-
stop for people to go to the bathroom.
And you have all sorts like a lot of bands. Like you get a lot of professional and city bands, school bands that go
High
through.
school
it.
bands, yeah.
Mhm.
And the EMS and fire department
Yeah,
also.
that's very. I mean, they get bands from all over the
Mhm.
United States
Yeah.
that want to be in the Mardi Gras parades, but it's tough. It's a hard walk.
It is.
Mhm.
Talking
Bowie
about
wants this.
no
he
bathroom
wants,
breaks.
Bowie
It's
says
not
he-
just that. It's just a hard walk. I mean, you might be walking like
Miles.
yeah, and if it's really cold because we
It could
did
be
that.
cold. It could be raining.
It could be raining.
Imagine
It
if
could
you're
be
ROTC.
Snowing. I mean, I don't know that it's ever happened, but it could be.
also
Man-
military groups do,
Yeah.
do
Man-
they have
ROTC.
the
Imagine
Air
if you're in
Force.
the- I
band
almost
and-
did that once. I almost did the
I'm talking about the not the ROTC. I'm talking about Air Force. Usually represents
Yeah, wasn't that
and,
by Bill Chase?
and Marines usually
Oh,
represent
yeah.
Navy.
If we do a thing about Louisiana, we could set aside a day when I'm off, and we could go like one of the cool places you could go is down to Venice, and you could record the trip.
Yeah,
I'll
I really
drive
do
you.
want to do.
Or y'all could go in Thibodeau where they build the sugar cane.
tractors?
You can just
Camco,
talk about it
John
out in
Deere?
front. Yeah.
Because there's a
I-
lot to love about
I bet if they
Louisiana.
knew that you were doing it for that, I bet they'd give you a tour.
Well, if
I don't
I
know
was
if you
more
wanna do a
confident,
tour.
I would love to
Yeah, I
ask.
know enough.
If I had more confidence and I wasn't so shy, which I'm working on, I'd love to be able to talk to some of these businesses and see if they would talk about their
But
history
if
or
we-
give us a tour
if
or
we gotta
something.
do that, I
Because
could
like
tell-
right now I'm so shy that I'm kind of sneaking around and then I feel
Yeah.
guilty about it when all I'm trying to do is show people around the world cool things in Louisiana. I shouldn't
But
be
if-
ashamed of that, but
if-
I gotta overcome that.
Actually, you know that big area between Thibodeau and Raceland?
I guess.
It's one of the major producers of sugarcane in the whole state. It's called
We could talk
Sugarcane
You
Alley.
could talk about things like that too, because there's a sugar mill right there
Raceland Sugar Mill.
that produces sugar for what company?
Probably,
Dixie Crystals.
Yeah, Dixie Crystals.
Which is granulated sugar. They also,
They do powdered sugar too.
yeah, well, they do molasses, and I'm sure they do
Might do cane sugar in
stuff
the
with
bottle.
the cane debris that's left over.
I could
after
think of all
squeezing it.
sorts of cool places. Like we could ride down the Zounds.
But that's one of my goals.
I'll drive you. I'd love
Because
to
I
see
mean,
so
I'm sure
many
there are people who do
places.
vlogs about Louisiana, but I want to show it from a different point of view because I'm not.
Can we do it on days when I'm off so I could drive you? Because I'd love to see some of these places.
Devin, that's something that y'all can talk about.
Okay, because I'm interested in that too, and I love,
Later
and that
on.
could be like a brother-sister vlog. You know?
Tanner says hey.
Hey Tanner,
Also,
it's
There-
been a little while.
in some places like down by the mouth of the river, if you go, there's places where you'll see old abandoned orange groves.
Well, they
Oh, that's
also,
cool.
but I mean, that's interesting also.
Yeah,
And Verma said Norn Iron.
Norn Iron.
Yeah. I think it might have been in reference to something Tanner said. East Coast Philly, where you at?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We here at Norco, Louisiana.
In Norco,
Which
Louisiana.
stands for New Orleans Refinery Company.
Yeah.
This ain't close to New Orleans. That close.
Oh, would somebody pass me those? Thank you.
But yeah, Louisiana is a great place. I
It
mean,
can be.
you have
Got a
Star.
lot of diversity.
Like any
yeah.
place, it has its pros and its cons.
Well, the pros is that, you know,
So do y'all know what a mukbang or a mukbang is?
No,
just something to
never
do
heard of
with
it.
Mardi Gras.
No, it's something to do with eating a bunch of food and talking.
No,
And
we
I-
don't
Oh,
know
it's
about
a
that.
celebration.
Well, it's something people
It's
do
like
on
saying-
YouTube
Oh,
now.
I thought like Cajun.
No,
thing.
it's not. I would love to do a couchon
Like you're
delay.
eating while you're.
Yeah,
Maybe we should
and I was
do.
kind of thinking maybe around my birthday doing a Louisiana food one.
Maybe we should buy a crawfish boil pot and have like a.
We have a crawfish boil pot.
Okay, then we could do that. We could buy a sack of crawfish, boil it, and have a live stream with us about how to eat crawfish
Yeah, maybe.
properly.
Does anybody know that?
I watched Scooby Doo once, and they showed Shaggy eating the whole head of a crawfish.
I mean,
He
some
threw
people
away.
do.
Wait.
Scooby-Doo is a dog.
He
Dogs are allowed to
threw
do that.
away the tail.
Yeah.
Didn't even get the meat out of the tail. Just threw aside.
Wasn't
the
that the
head.
point of the joke, though? That he ate the
Yeah.
wrong part.
And they had for New Orleans, they only showed like the French market. It was
Well, what
all
was funny to
cobblestone
me
streets.
is they showed New Orleans, and then they showed like they were out at some haunted plantation.
Yeah,
They
out in the
showed it
swamp.
like a 2-minute drive from
Yeah.
New Orleans out in the
Yeah, but
swamp.
they do that not just on
Actually,
cartoons. They do
Scout-
that on
I know.
There's a certain movie about an old people who live out in the swamp who it was named after a certain kind of key that you go.
Skeleton key?
Yeah,
Skeleton
that
key.
was filmed. The voodoo shop in the beginning was actually in Algiers, not New Orleans.
And I mean,
It's a famous voodoo
you
shop.
know,
And they showed a stark difference from when they were in Algiers. Like 5 seconds later, they were over the what's that wetland by here? The one this way.
I will tell y'all folks, if any of y'all think I'm overwhelming, you see I get it from,
Us.
yeah, it is
It's
a
just really
hereditary
exciting.
family trait.
We get
A
excited.
little overwhelming. All right, though, Dev. Give other people a chance to
But-
make conversation.
It pains me to hear people call us backwards and
Yeah,
say
that's
me.
part of my push. Is I've flown back to Louisiana so many times, and I'll be behind people who are from like Tennessee and Alabama. I'm not making fun of them, but
No, I'm just saying,
they're
that's
not
kinda
more
like the
progressive than we are
That's
either. You know, we're all
called the
kind
kettle
of
black.
having been someone who's lived in multiple states. I can say that we're all at about the same level.
We
We
all
all have our
our-
unique podunk.
Yeah.
Well, we're not all completely backwards
But actually,
either.
it can-
And you have a lot of intelligent, empathetic people
Mhm.
from these states as well.
Well,
But you also have a lot of people that are not necessarily
yeah, New Orleans.
well educated, but
But
they have a
they're
lot
smart.
of
and
knowledge.
New
Yeah.
Orleans wasn't really a town
hang
that was
on. Let me
racist.
finish, though.
It
Let
wasn't-
Let me finish,
Okay.
please. And I'll be behind people who are coming in to party, basically, and then talk about how Louisiana's a toilet and how
But
they're
you're
gonna
coming here,
they're
right?
gonna whoop it up and they're gonna trash the place and they don't care and how we're all ignorant and just and these are people from Alabama and Tennessee, you know. And it
I
always
can make
takes.
some
Like the
Alabama
black
jokes
part
by
of the
my
kettle black.
Well, we're
boyfriend.
not, and they
I
aren't,
know.
so it's insulting. And it takes everything in me not to turn around and be like, you know, I'm from
Yeah, say the same thing about
Louisiana.
you when I go to your
Well, I
state.
don't. But I don't though because I know better because I haven't lived in
And
Alabama,
actually-
but I have friends who did.
Mhm.
I lived in Georgia. I lived in Tennessee. Again, they are not. There are definitely some backwards people in all
Yeah.
these
And
states,
actually, New
but they're not more podunk than
Than
anyone
Louisiana,
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
and actually, New
Well-
Orleans is a very accepting city. It accepts people
Of all
Who are-
ethnicities,
who are-
of all religions.
who are, I don't mean to be sound.
I mean, you can have-
homophobic,
Devin.
You can have a Jewish synagogue on one corner, and right across the street in Metairie, you have a Catholic
Yeah,
church.
yeah.
I mean,
And they have-
that's how it
And we
is.
That's how it
accept
is.
homosexuals. We
Gay
accept
people
black.
have-
We accept.
Devin.
I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm trying not to sound ignorant. Okay. I just don't know what word to say.
Louisiana is a
Accepts.
melting
Yeah.
pot.
That's what I'm
We're
getting
a
at.
port city,
That's what I'm getting at. We accept everybody.
and we've
no
been a
matter what
port
you're-
city for hundreds of years.
Now there are cities up north who say, oh, we're homophobic, we're ignorant.
Well,
and yet
I mean-
those cities are the ones that have like laws for minorities. We accept basically everybody.
Well, we do still have problems to address.
That's like Franklin said.
Well, that's true.
Well,
in every
like
area.
Norco too has
Yeah.
problems to address.
What I'm saying is,
I'm not
Louisiana-
saying we don't have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but New Orleans is
But you
mostly,
can't just throw us away either.
Yeah, and
No.
it gets me mad when people say, "Oh, that's Louisiana. They're backwards. They're ignorant."
Well, that's because they don't really know.
Well, yeah, or they've only been
Or
here
we're only
to
a
party.
party.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, I'll be real. Like when you come and you're a tourist here, and you tell people you're a tourist, and you're in
You
New
don't
Orleans,
improve.
hang on, they will
Go out there,
up the ante to sound more fake Cajun, to sound more
Yeah, it's
Le Bon
tour-
Temps
Because
Roulette,
that's what you came
because
to,
that's what
to
you're
pay
paying
for.
the money for.
But
Yeah,
that's really not
it's
fair.
part
though,
of
because the atmosphere.
the atmosphere, and I get that. I respect that. But that's like going to Disney and you're
Mhm.
interacting with a character.
small
actor, you
world.
know?
like
That's the money you're paying.
Disney,
Yeah.
you're not allowed
like
to
Chip
break.
and Dale. Those people
Mhm.
don't go back to their
Mhm.
rooms and talk chipmunk.
Mhm.
No.
Well, we don't know. I hope not.
Mickey Mouse. People dressed up like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse don't go to the same house and live together.
You
as a
don't
family.
even know though.
Tanner said it's so nice just being at the table reminds me of being home with family.
Yeah, well, we all talk over each other. That's yeah.
And Paula says hey
Hi. Good evening.
to everybody.
Hey.
Hey. What I was saying is
Hey,
that
y'all.
New Orleans is a
I
melting
do say
pot.
y'all though a lot.
New
I always
Orleans,
have.
we accept everybody. You
Use
know.
guys.
Well, New
We just-
Orleans has been, I mean, historically, New Orleans has been under, what is it, how many, 12 flags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different countries that
Yeah.
owned, and back and forth between France and
But you know,
Spain.
that
So, I
never
mean,
made that big a difference to the people who lived here because it was just
most
a
of the time, they
flag.
didn't even
It
know who
didn't
was in
change their
charge.
lives. Yeah.
Who's our king again? I
Because
forget.
news traveled so slowly. I mean, they didn't even know that the war
Oh,
in
yeah,
England was
1812.
over.
Yeah.
Or look at what's that place in near Lake Pontchartrain that has a seafood place on stilts, like that got wiped out by a hurricane in the 1800s. That one that's by Laplace that we go there to eat.
Oh yeah,
Then
from
we're
your landing.
Yeah, they didn't even know a hurricane was coming until it hit.
Yeah. Well.
Because the
I'm sure
closest
some
city
people
that
did.
was
They
New
saw the
Orleans,
clouds.
and it was a day's ride on train to get to New Orleans from there. Because
Anyway,
back then to ride a train, you were dedicated.
we've
because,
lived in Louisiana most of our lives.
Y'all have lived in
And
it all
whenever
y'all's
we went
lives.
Me
on
too.
vacation, and we traveled to a lot of different
They'd be like,
states.
"Y'all from Louisiana?
We
Y'all
were always
Indian."
happy to come back home.
Yeah.
It's because Louisiana's the
I
the
mean, it may
Chad
not
state.
be
Devin.
the best place in the world, but
It's home.
it's
It's
home.
home.
Chad isn't a good.
Devin needs his own YouTube channel.
We the
The
Alpha
Devin
male
Hilbert
state.
Hour.
We accept everybody no matter what.
Well.
Plus.
Well.
So come live in Louisiana,
And again,
people.
it's not a
And
uni-
don't expect us to talk like Cajuns. 'Cause
I
we
mean, like
won't.
after Katrina, you had a lot of Vietnamese families
Yeah.
move in
Yeah.
and
They
make
took
it their
over.
home.
They made
Well,
took
and
over.
also a lot of Hispanic people.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Vietnamese.
And I think a lot of people down here, not everywhere down here, but a lot of people down here feel like if you're going to come live here after a hurricane and make it your home, then you're welcome. You're one of us.
Actually, the Vietnamese people. And I read this in my book about the wetlands communities. Vietnamese, Chinese, most of the Asian population that came here, they took over a niche that was
The fishing.
dying. Yeah, the shrimping
Yeah.
business. So now you can find like in Asian markets in like New York and stuff. You can
Mhm.
find
Yeah,
like
when y'all
New Orleans and Louisiana shrimp. And I'm not talking about the little shrimp that you
The
get.
nice
in
shrimp.
the ones that are about that big.
Yeah.
when y'all do
So-
y'all little thing, you and Devin, there is
You don't want to come?
there's a convenience store down in either Araby or
Is it that one you tried bringing me
the
to
what you
the
call
soda
it, Ninth
fountain?
Ward, and it's owned by, I believe, a Vietnamese family, and it's in a predominantly black neighborhood. And not only do they have like your soft drinks and your chips and all that other kind of stuff, but they also do a booming business selling hot plates
Mhm.
and also
Hot plates are very
sandwiches. I mean,
popular in New Orleans.
like you know how the line is around Popeyes these
Mhm.
days.
It's crazy.
This is how this place is
good.
every
Good
day.
for
I
them. They
think,
must be good
I think
cooks.
when we do that, we should
They
stop
had a
at
thing on
least one.
PBS about them one time, and they were talking. They talked to different people in the community
Mm-hmm.
about that particular business, and I think they were a little suspicious, being a predominantly black
Well, yeah,
neighborhood. They were a little
sure.
suspicious, I think, when they first moved in. But a lot of the conversation was about, how it's become a necessary part of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody
And
loves
people
it.
Everybody knows everybody
Yeah.
else, and the people that run the store, and they live in that neighborhood
Yeah,
too.
that's their home.
That's their home.
They're-
and
I
that's-
think when
it's
we
been
do
a-
that, we should go eat someplace like local that's run by not like a fast food
Yeah,
joint,
sure.
but like maybe a po' boy stop or someplace that serves local food, and then ask them if we could film a thing inside them and do a little part about that. But yeah.
Although said
And-
hot plates Question mark.
I think hot plates are similar to
Like,
like a meat and 3,
Yeah.
right? So it could be
Like
like,
a blue
pork
plate,
chop.
like a blue plate,
Like a
special.
pork chop is a pretty popular one. Catfish, fried
Yeah.
catfish, fried
Catfish,
chicken.
beans,
Meatloaf,
white beans or red
Mhm.
beans.
crawfish etouffee.
Mm-hmm.
You almost spilled that on me.
No, I almost spilled it.
Cheap and filling, basically.
Yeah, well,
Like a blue plate
necessarily.
special.
Oh, good food too.
Like a blue plate special.
collard greens with maybe
It doesn't
ham.
mean it doesn't taste good. It just
Yeah.
means it doesn't
Yeah.
cost much money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Some of
Because
the-
it's food for people working.
Some of the
like
best
the po'
food
boy. Originally, a po' boy was
for
like you
poor
could get it for a
people.
nickel,
Yeah.
and what it was French bread
Oh.
sandwich that had.
Oh, we can also go to that.
Meat
Where, do
on
you
it.
know what I'm talking about, Mom? The place with the fried chicken, Mom's fried chicken or something down
I know what
Flour
you're talking
it
about,
is.
but I don't remember what it's called. It's
So-
waffles, chicken and waffles, isn't it?
yeah, it's like one of the original ones out here. There's lots of places.
Yeah.
I could go to the original Frost Top, the original Buds. 'Cause those are two.
Well, make.
Those are two.
Like,
Like,
what to do with all that
I
food?
know.
No,
I
no.
love
No, but
to eat.
no,
no, I mean
much.
every time
I
we
love
do it,
to
we
eat,
stop.
so-
We stop.
Yeah, but after you've had a meal.
Yeah,
it's
that I
like-
want to. I don't want to have a bam
And
bam.
we have like a little for that one place we
A what?
pick out.
Bam bam. It's where you hit 2 different places back to back,
Bam,
and
bam,
you basically
okay.
Oh,
bust
bar
it
crawl.
out. No, bar crawl is different.
Here,
That's what it
when you're
is.
at the end of the when you're at
That's
the
what
end
the
of the
name
crawl,
says.
you're basically dragging your drunk self to the next place.
Anyway,
But anyways, I think if we're gonna do that, we should figure out what
I
restaurants
told you make
nearby
a list.
and do some research on it so we can tell about everything about it.
No, I don't. I mean, everything about it is a lot.
No,
But
I
we'll
mean
see.
like
Okay.
Mom and I one time we went to where was that place?
On the bar.
I feel
No,
like
do a bar
I
crawl.
feel like you can be the one to do the research.
My
How about
mom and
that?
I went to this place and what was it? Natchitoches or Natchez?
What?
Near the witch
Oh, but it's by
circles?
Natchez. Yeah.
Near the witch trace or whatever.
Dang it!
And it was
So
this,
wet back
it was
I
this
know.
it was this restaurant that was basically it was a meat and 3 restaurant.
Well, I can't eat that much.
It served like bean salad, but it's not the bean salad we know of. It's like green. I don't mean to
Bean
salad.
sound nasty, but it's
Devin.
green beans in Italian dressing.
Oh, that sounds alright. Devin, though, every time you say I don't mean to sound blah blah, you scare me.
Well,
I'm over here like,
What I'm saying.
What is he gonna say?
Some
and then I'm
people-
like, can I get to that camera quick enough?
No, I'm not saying that for her, guys. I'm saying that for y'all. I mean, because
Yeah,
some
I
of
know.
y'all
Well,
might not, y'all might not be from our area. Y'all might not eat the same thing. There are people that think some stuff they think is nasty,
yeah,
like
well.
eating crawfish or alligator or
Or
snake.
crabs, wild
And
crabs.
there are some people in Louisiana who eat roadkill.
Yeah, there are. Not us. Not us.
It's
Not
like
us,
more the
but
Cajun-
There are some
I
people
hate
who
to-
do.
I'm not
No.
hating,
There are
but
some
most of the
people.
Cajun
Like,
places,
most-
like in Pierre Park, you could get a license to pick up roadkill.
Oh, geez.
But certain,
I know someone whose dad ate roadkill.
I knew someone in high school whose mom would pick up roadkill.
I think
That's
I'll
what they'd
just,
eat
I'll
for
just,
dinner.
that's just hearsay, probably.
And they weren't poor.
stories. This person is kind of crazy.
No, and this family wasn't poor either. They would just do it because
They
that
would
was
have all kinds of
I mean-
disease stuff.
Anyway, I mean, to
Hey, you
me,
cook
if
it
you
long
saw
enough-
it get killed, if it was like the deer you hit,
Yeah.
then leaving it is wrong
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you
but
basically-
you're also hunting deer on
Actually,
But you killed it by
actually, you
accident.
can't take the deer home that
I know you
kill.
can't.
Because the law, and I saw this on one of the shows.
That was
on-
an Alaska thing, no.
No, this was the one about in Maine.
No,
They
that's,
said that
that's
once
their own
you
laws.
They said that once you hit the deer, it's most places it's game warm. But once you hit the deer, you
Yeah.
have to give it up to a charity.
Yeah.
And they give the, but you
Hey,
can.
Joseph, you gonna come make a mask?
No, Verna said I've never had alligator, but he's had crocodile.
I've never had
Probably all
crocodile.
taste the
Not,
same.
not really. They're different.
Beta said they've had alligator here in Iowa?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Iowa is that?
That's-
Ask them if it's Iowa, Louisiana. Because there is an Iowa,
No, they were
Louisiana.
IA.
As a state.
That's Iowa.
Okay. She said supposedly. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was
actually
crocodile, though, you know. That's
No,
what she
no, those
said.
places.
No, that's a different person.
Yeah, but it might taste the same.
I don't know. I've never had it. I
That's
mean,
what they
They're all
said.
crocodilians, aren't they?
That's what
Yeah.
they say about frogs, but I've tried frog legs. It does not taste like chicken.
Ugh. mean, it doesn't taste.
Joseph likes probably.
I don't. I can't stop. I'm not trying to be grim about this, but I can't stop imagining the poor frog. If they're gonna catch the frog and cut off its legs, they might as well kill the thing.
Yeah,
dead.
they
It's
should just.
miserable.
Yeah, you're right about
Because
that.
when they throw it back in, something's gonna get it because they can't get away from it.
Hey, alligators don't care if
They
they're
can't
alive or
grow.
dead.
Legs fast enough to
Yeah,
make up for
that's
the
true.
ones they lost.
Alligators don't care if it's alive or dead. You know, just save your frogs until you're an alligator thing, or sell the frog parts to an alligator place that sells stuff to bait alligators, and just do that. You know, recycle. Native Americans recycle. They use every part of the animal. But yeah, Nora, Becca, you said
My-
something about
My
Nora.
anxiety keeps matching up.
My paint.
And he's been very good this time for the most part. I haven't really had to reel it in too much.
Too much.
But the thing is,
He talks
we're
nonstop.
all impulsive and we're all
He basically
high
talks.
energy. So
It's one long conversation. It's not a conversation actually because
Soliloquy.
it's a soliloquy because a conversation would involve more than one person. But
I hate
That
to
is
make
more like
another
a
soliloquy,
soliloquy.
but all you
Uh-oh.
artists out there who
Oh!
Becca knows, I think just like Becca that you should move to Louisiana.
Oh,
It's
well,
a pretty
I'll second
state.
that.
It's a
you
pretty
should see the feed
state.
before it comes up.
That's my goal.
It's a pretty state. You know, you
It is
love
a pretty
it.
state. Well, it takes getting used to.
You might not like
Like-
mosquitoes,
like-
but hey, I don't like
like,
mosquitoes
People
anyway.
act like Louisianians are just so friendly, and some of them are, and a lot of them aren't. So, I mean, that's like Tennessee, A lot of the
They-
people I've met who are from Tennessee are really nice people. But I've met a lot of people who move there who are not looking to make friends, and they're going to move in 2 years, so they don't care, and they already got enough friends. And in Louisiana, you get some people who'd be friends with a stump because they're just so friendly.
They just want to talk
And then
to
you
somebody.
got
Yeah.
and then you got
Or
people
something.
who they're just sounding you out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To figure out what your buttons are because they're bored and they're gonna push your buttons.
Yeah.
And you got people who are not looking for any friends at all. So it's like any place,
Burma says they're delicious, but the bad thing is they're not in many shops and they're expensive because they're a low demand product. I see
What is that?
talking about
Crocodile.
Most
I see that.
Most Dublin Bay prawns fished in these waters go off to France and Spain
Prawns are like
as
shrimp.
Big shrimp.
langoustine.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
about
They
those.
appreciate seafood better.
That's actually pretty much a lie, because
What?
langoustine is a type of lobster.
Well,
When they're selling it, that is
they're
that.
they're weird because they're in between. They're related to both.
Well, it's like saying crawfish are lobster, because some people
They're
from-
related though.
Like if you watch those, like if
You
you
boil
watch
a lobster
Yeah, but if
in
you
crawfish
watch-
boil, and it does taste
if
like
you
big
watch
crawfish.
some of those inexperienced, like on like let me think, like, some of those shows
Yeah,
on
get your
Discovery
get
Channel
what you're gonna say
and
in.
stuff, they're gonna say they're gonna have people like naked and afraid. They're gonna have people who like go catch crawfish. Like, this is a small lobster.
Well, they just don't know.
And it's like no, lobsters are saltwater mostly. Crawfish are freshwater.
Whew.
Another thing we could do is go down to what is it,
Write it.
Galliano, or is it? It's
Write
some-
it down, and we
it's-
can start planning. Because, like, for something like that, it's a lot of work,
and
and
go-
it would be better if we plan it. Because then we can either
Well,
decide
And
to
maybe
make.
you wouldn't do it on just one
No,
night.
I
Yeah,
emailed these
hang
people.
on,
We
hang
then
on.
asked to see if we could go toward the facility.
We would also need to decide whether we want to start a separate YouTube channel for this because it's not art
Like going
related, really.
to the Tabasco plant.
Oh, I've been wanting to go to
Because there's so
Tabasco.
many people that
And go see Avery Allen
know about
himself.
Tabasco.
I'd love to do
But
that.
I mean, this is something that if we're gonna do it, I'm down for, but we need to actually
I'll do it.
plan it and be
I'll
organized.
I'll plan it. I'd be excited to do that. Also, look up in my what's it called, that book I got, Wash Your Way. See if there's any places. Look up the preliminary stuff. Then look it up on the computer. See if it's still there and how easy it is
Go
to
down
get
to
there.
Buccaneer State Park where, that would
We
be
could
like
go to the bird
Jean
sanctuary.
Lafitte.
But that's another story.
It is privateering.
We could go to see LumCon, Louisiana Marine Consortium. Probably know
Joseph,
what
come
that
paint
is.
a mask.
No.
Yeah.
I've been to LumCon. It's pretty.
Come,
up
or at
there.
least come sit with us.
You know, Mom, LumCon floods every year, but they
Never
have
been.
it's built so that the bottom story floods, and that's like mostly like stuff like cement and tile.
Now, wouldn't it be funny? And I'm not telling you this to get your hopes up, so don't. Wouldn't it be funny if Devin just became super popular on YouTube and that's his lot in life
Like I
is doing
said, you
videos
know.
about Louisiana.
The good Lord's got a plan for him. I just don't know what it is right now.
That would
Because he
be.
does know a lot.
You know what I don't know? I try and find
But you
out.
still have to
We can
study.
also go to the Apothecary
What?
Museum
Oh, I've been and it's cool.
and the Death Museum.
I've not been to that one.
I had a friend in my fire class. Now he's part of the Harvey Fire
But
Department.
I mean, I have to, even
It's
for like,
Kyle Ching, and he went to the Death Museum, and he said it was pretty cool.
And
And
it's
you
a
said you
conversation.
watched that, and Lucy Veda said your food sounds interesting and delicious.
It is delicious.
I'm not a fan of seafood, but I've been in landlocked states my whole life, so I'm willing to try.
I'll tell you
Oh.
something, living in Tennessee, the seafood there was awful.
Yeah.
So don't
Well,
judge,
crawfish or not
don't judge what you had as like the whole.
Sorry.
Give it a fair shot in a
Most
like a
Portside City.
thank you.
most
Thank you.
World
Most-
seafood in Florida tastes a whole lot different. than
Most-
world
It's still
seafood.
good
most-
though. Boiled shrimp down there is good. It's just different. It's
It's not.
sweet because it's not.
yeah,
you don't
most
get the seasoning.
boiled seafood that's supposedly Cajun in other states.
Isn't really Cajun.
Yeah, because they put the spices on top of the shell, and you're supposed to put the spices in the water so it seeps through the
The meat.
openings in the carapace,
Yeah.
and it'll go in.
Infuse the meat.
Yeah, it's supposed to infuse. It's like, you know,
But what I was gonna say is, even for this channel, I do a lot of research.
I could do a lot of research. I love
I
research.
mean, yeah, I don't mind. It's just
But you
that's
have
just
to
part
get
of
your
it.
information
if we do-
down.
But you can be in charge of contacting people and asking them
Okay.
if
Pass
we
me
can.
those over
I
there.
might contact, because I've been on the tour of Camco. I might ask them if we could, tour them, and if they ask why, I say, well, this is a YouTube
Yeah.
channel, and this is like,
That
Louisiana.
celebrates Louisiana life.
Because Camco is not owned by Camco anymore. Camco stood for Kane Machine. It was Kane Machinery or something. It was a Louisiana brand of tractor and sugarcane tractor and
Yes.
equipment company.
He's a
And it was bought
powerhouse
by
in
John
knowledge.
Deere.
Mhm.
They built-
I missed a few comments. Verma said, talking about crawdads, the waters here around Ireland and Britain are full of those little lobsters. Got a lot of names.
Yeah.
Stinky, Norway lobsters, and Dublin Bay prawns.
Yeah.
As a
They're
certain
good though.
As a certain man from a certain show about eating nasty food said, if it looks good, eat it.
Lucy Veda said, love the doctor setup.
The doctor setup.
And
What's that?
Vermis said, Paulo said, we also eat a lot of fish and seafood. I think
Okay.
we're the country, he's talking about Portugal,
Mhm.
in Europe that eat more fish per person, I guess he means, than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Catfish is also
Sounds good to
good.
me.
But catfish has to be cooked a special way because they eat everything. It's like carp.
They're
Carp-
garbage.
Yeah. Carp, because we have a,
They
Catfish are carp.
yeah, because carp, they have like, one day at my dad, one time when they opened the pins at the
Oh, dang.
spillway, Dad took me there to go fishing when the spillway flooded that time I was in high school. And people were catching Asian carp that were like
Well,
7,
yeah,
8 feet
yeah.
long.
And in
They were
some
using
states,
Well, how about 3 or
offshore.
4 feet long?
'Cause they
No,
have-
it was 8 feet long.
They're
They're about
big
this.
as huge.
They're
Because
this
they're a
big.
big
That's
invasive.
not 7
Hang
feet, they're
on,
hard.
dude.
But
They're a big invasive problem.
Yes, I know that, but that's not 7 feet. That's
No, but
more
they
like-
do get like
That's more
Yeah.
like 4.
like a shark.
people were using offshore rods, like the big ones that you catch, like marlin
Yeah.
and tarp.
But they're
Huh?
gross. That's the thing. They were brought to the U.S. to be a food source at a time when we had a
They've just
Which
done very
actually-
well.
and nobody wanted to eat them because they taste like
Actually-
mud because they taste like what they eat.
Actually, it's the way you cook them.
Well, I mean
like
that's why we
catfish.
have to fry catfish or cover them in a delicious sauce.
Or put them all, put spices
You
all
bake
on
'em.
them. I'm not gonna
They're
paint
also
any
broiled.
more of the what's
You
called.
want to put some
You know,
pom poms on
Becca,
it?
No, I'm
You
gonna
should
put
know
some
better.
black paint, so it looks like this in the dark. Then put little dots with the, make it cool, like
Okay.
like what those
You
radium
should
girls
probably
used
show
to
your
do.
mask to the camera at some point.
I will. Well, mine's wet, so I
Yeah,
can't
was just
lift
gonna be putting
it.
on her face.
But I want to show
Okay,
it.
some
But
of
if
this
you
goes right
promise-
through.
If you promise you'll try and do that
Oh.
that thing, that web channel about Louisiana, I will research.
Yes, I've told them like a bunch of times in
If
my
you
blog,
let me,
and I've been working on it. Like while we were at Spars, I was getting a little bit of video.
and if you
Like
let me,
anytime we go somewhere cool and it's safe to be there, I try to show people what it's
Mhm.
like there. Like I
If-
have footage from going to the spillway.
if you let me be your partner with that, I'll do it. I'll do what I gotta do because I love riding and looking at Louisiana. There's
Devin,
one.
Paulo says you know a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
He does. He does, but
One
Dad,
of my
you
dreams.
like spitfire at us.
I know, one of
We
my
gotta
dreams.
talk- we
Good
gotta-
Roman.
We gotta work on pacing together.
One of my dreams in life is to live out in the swamp.
Hey, buddy.
In an Acadian shack.
Kima and Kenneth say hey.
Oh, hey y'all.
Is that Kenneth?
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah, my
it's your
brother.
Kenneth. Yeah.
Hey, Kenneth. But
I
yeah.
know Kenneth knows some cool places in Louisiana too.
Hey, Louisiana's an amazing
It
place.
is, especially if you like animals.
You have extremes like really flat land that has mud and full water and swamps.
And
The
then more
places-
flatland that has
No,
mud.
like places up like in Shreveport that have rocks and giant hills with cliffs and stuff. It's a very
That's
diverse
when I'm going to
state.
use the super glue.
Where's the black glitter paint?
Becca,
Yes.
Kima said your bow is really cute.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, this is metallic. I'm doing this all the way.
I'm surprised Devin got as into this as you did.
Well, I like Louisiana.
No, I meant with the masks and
Okay,
stuff.
this. Well, it's not about the mask.
It's
He's
about the
about
company.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I love talking about Louisiana.
No, I feel you, Dev. And you would not believe how many times I've tried to pitch Louisiana graphic novels, and editors and hiring people
Nothing
have told
interesting
me,
there, huh?
yeah, nobody cares. And I'm like,
It's
are
so
you
small.
kidding? Hey, Louisianians love stuff about Louisiana, and they will buy stuff
Did
about
you know
Louisiana.
there's a whole section in Barnes and Noble that's just about New Orleans, Louisiana.
But that's our Barnes and Noble. That's a local Barnes
I
and
know.
Noble.
And at the airport,
Because
too.
in
Yeah.
Tennessee, there's like sections about Tennessee. So every state.
No, what I'm saying is we're proud about our
Oh,
state.
for sure. I mean, we got stuff we're not so proud of.
Like
But
I have a
slavery.
pin or something that I can
Exactly,
poke
yeah.
this.
no, but I got scissors.
It won't go in that hole.
No,
You know,
but you cut
Louisiana's
the-
with
I did. I want to cut. I
You
already
know-
cut some of it off.
Did you know Louisiana is the
Wait a
top
minute.
producer of sugar cane
Okay, this is
in
the
the continental Louisiana in the
Continental
continental US.
Louisiana, huh?
Sorry, continental US. Second biggest producer is Hawaii,
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
followed by Australia.
That I'm surprised by.
Yeah,
I would have thought it would have been like South America.
well, then you got Cuba. Cuba.
Yeah.
Tanner says you should let Devin run rampant. The magic of the channel is
You don't know what you're asking for. No.
Vermis says envious of Louisiana wildlife, especially alligators. Here in Ireland, the most dangerous thing in the water is slurry runoff.
Oh, we got that too, though. That's the shame of it. We got gar, we got alligators,
sharks.
we got bull sharks, we got big ol' alligators,
Catfish.
snapping turtles, we got catfish that will try to eat you.
I actually
We
had a
got
pet.
water moccasins,
I actually had a pet
We got
snapper.
cop- we have,
Too.
and then we got
rattlesnakes.
runoff.
Guys, believe me,
Those will give you.
Oh yeah, the mosquitoes too.
the most Cajun you can get is to have a pet
I'm sorry.
alligator snapping
I
turtle.
had a friend who had a pet alligator.
I had an alligator snapping
They
turtle.
only are only a pet for a little while.
Yeah, that's her. Well, her parents owned an alligator farm,
I had a pet
so
alligator.
that was the story of that.
Yeah.
I had a pet alligator snapping turtle at one time.
That's the wrong one.
You really shouldn't have though, because they're not.
No,
not
well, it
supposed
was a common snapping turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the big thing is keeping Devin in check because he knows a lot and he's really smart. But again,
I'm
my
trying-
family has foot and mouth disease, myself included.
I'm trying to stay.
And once
You
it
can
comes
do
out,
it good, yeah.
once it gets on the internet, it never ever goes
Yeah.
away. Forever and
Yeah.
ever. Amen.
And the last thing I want to do is hurt somebody watching or make them feel
Yeah.
stressed
Well, I'm not
out.
gonna-
His
I'm
intention is not to be mean.
I'm not gonna put down the state of the
offensive.
place.
It just sometimes it comes
Yeah.
I'm
out.
not gonna put down the place you live because everywhere that's
You shouldn't, because
people-
everybody loves where they're from. Even if you hate it, you love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to
Exactly.
hear
And
somebody else insult
also, I don't know if anybody, I don't know how people feel about this,
You
but
can't stick these.
if you've read those books,
Oh,
those
that's
books
great.
like
But it
Just
weird.
be
doesn't
patient
stay.
with it. Is it still wet or no?
No, it's just it doesn't. I mean, what
It
does it
doesn't
do?
stick.
Stick
You
it
might
to?
not be into this, but if you read books like Weird New Jersey or Weird Louisiana, they actually have some interesting stories about folklore and urban legends about places like Louisiana or Texas, and
Yeah, and then you take a trip.
yeah,
And you find out all about it.
I used to buy one of those books whenever we go on a trip to the States,
Paulo asked if the previous place that was mentioned had jellyfish. Ireland, I think.
Oh,
Hema said,
probably.
I can't think of anyone I know with Michigan pride except for like University of Michigan pride.
Oh, wait a minute.
Actually-
Okay, wait a minute.
Actually,
Stop it.
Mhm.
Y'all got Ann Arbor, and Ann Arbor is like a little jewel.
They also got the Great
I have
Lakes.
visited Ann Arbor several times. Now, to be fair, not in winter, and that's how we met Hema. So maybe part of my fondness for Michigan is because we're friends. But I like Michigan. Okay, I will not take y'all's winters though.
No,
You can keep your winters.
that's why she moved down here, is because
Yeah,
she
I
just
couldn't
couldn't
take
do the
it.
winter.
Mom, which state is the one that had the Edmund Fitzgerald came from?
Oh,
That's from the Great
Canada.
Lakes.
No, it's
No.
not Canada.
I thought
It could
was.
be Michigan, it could be Minnesota.
Because I know I was
Oh, did
watching.
you
It's
see?
the
I
Great Lakes.
asked the mortician when
Yes.
she talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. So
Kenneth said blacktip sharks are here. Hema said
Yeah.
cherries are cool, I guess. We got deer and the auto industry.
hey,
Yeah.
we got you know.
Burma said, well, the freshwater polo. Hema said, we wish for jellyfish.
No.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Hema said, my grandma, so I said mosquitoes are dangerous, they'll give you diseases. Hema said, my grandma got malaria, I guess, or something from mosquitoes. once.
Yep.
I read a book about. What was that book about? The
And then Hema said she's pretty proud of Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Hey, you should-
Be. Ann Arbor's
You
great.
should be proud of the place you live, because that's the place you grew up at.
It forms you for better or
Yeah.
for worse.
It's like an
It makes
incubator.
you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Paulo said they have some nasty jellyfish in Ireland.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's the most nasty jellyfish?
Well,
in
if you
America?
live by the ocean, or like in our case, the Gulf of Mexico,
Which is
Then you're
basically
going
like
to
the
have-
ocean.
yeah.
On
you're
that
gonna have
note, I was
jellyfish.
talking to Mom the other night about the oil field in New Mexico, and how one of the biggest things that is given back by the oil industry, and that, and I know some people argue with me, is that most of
Not
the
today.
platforms like Bullwinkle, which was a stiff leg
they
platform,
get awarded.
which
that's
is
why.
one of those platforms that has a
What
giant
else you got?
derrick like thing at the bottom. Construction. Most of those
You
kind of
blew
platforms
your,
will create reefs,
What?
artificial
Did you glue your,
reefs.
what you call it,
in
No,
their
I have
life.
to keep sticking them again and again
So-
and again. They may not
Too.
stick forever.
So
who knows?
basically, what happens is the oil industry, after the rig has created an artificial reef, they'll sink or they'll leave the platforms there if they're like, you know, the kind of platform where the rig is built above it, not like the pontoon
And
leg
if I want to put
ones.
any more on
So
jewels.
no,
Well, also need to state that Devin has a degree in petroleum engineering, and that our
No,
father.
he does not have a degree in
I thought he
petroleum.
petroleum
He has
services.
a
My,
degree in
I'm so
petroleum
sorry. Yeah,
services.
petroleum services.
And a degree in safety
And
technology.
our dad was a oil engineer,
Yes. So he's
so that's where he's coming from.
he's got a wishful fondness for the rig life. But I don't know. that
Despite
it
our
would be-
father constantly saying the rig life is an awful life.
Well, it is.
rough
but it's a great life if you're single.
I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, one of my
My friend
Wanna
Sam
stay single.
was single and didn't like.
One of
the
my
rig life.
favorite coworkers at the place I work, you know, he worked offshore for a while as an electrician. That's
What is this
Dave,
right here?
and he
It's
says
here?
What is this?
Yeah.
he says it's a hard life, but you know, it's an adventure. And
Well,
really,
it's changed though since.
no, he was there
I'm
like
just telling you, it's
when
changed.
Sam was there.
And
There's a whole
hopefully it
lot
won't change too much with the new administration. I know they tried to make some changes, but they
Yeah,
got called out on it.
We'll see. Anyway.
I hope at least if they're gonna make any changes, just environmental changes on what they can or cannot do. You know, but
Hema says you're probably why Tennessee and Louisiana occupy my thoughts sometimes.
Aw.
Whenever I hear of those places mentioned, I think of you. They also say, "Oh man, I think of cute, squishy jellyfish."
No!
They're not cute.
No, some of them are cute, but not
They're
the ones
not
I
nice
think
to
of.
look at.
Hema goes on to say, "You are mine, and I shall call you Squishy, and you shall be my Squishy."
Aw.
she's
I
married.
mean, if you
Hema's a
No,
fan
not
of
me.
Pokemon, so that might
Yeah.
be why
if you go to
they-
the Aquarium of the Americas in New
They're
Orleans,
beautiful.
then you can see a lot of jellyfish.
Fun fact
Oh,
about
Devin, you
fun
are
fact
full of
about
fun
jellyfish and aquariums. They can't put them in a square tank. Their tank has to be rounded at the sides, and it has
So
to
they'll
be
hurt
yeah, it
themselves.
has to have a continuous current, or else Because sharp sides can hurt the jellyfish and potentially kill them.
I don't know if that's a fun fact.
That's an interesting
I don't
fact.
think it's a fun fact for jellyfish.
Well, yeah.
Touche.
Yeah, Tanner followed up immediately with, "Is that fact really fun?"
Not so fun for the jellyfish.
Yeah. Sad
It's
fact.
a necessary evil for
Womp womp fact.
for the ones who keep the aquarium.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in New Orleans and you're looking for something to do other than go to
there's so
Bourbon
many
Street,
fun
Or the D-Day
that's a
Museum.
nut,
Seriously,
yes.
there's so many fun
There's
things
so
to do.
many.
You
things
could go to
to
the zoo. The zoo's a pretty place. They have
Yeah,
a
it
whole
is.
section, a huge section on Louisiana.
Well, it's one of
Swamp
those animal-friendly zoos.
It was
where
the first
animals
animal-friendly zoo,
live
actually.
in open spaces.
And you could go to the D-Day Museum if you're into that. They've got some new opening stuff. Like
There's also a cruise that will take you from the insectarium and the aquarium to
The zoo.
the Audubon Zoo.
There's also the Apothecary Museum.
Yep.
There's the Museum of Death, which it's not gonna kill you. It's a morbid
No.
museum, but it's
Well,
interesting.
death is part of being alive.
Yeah.
If you're in Thibodeau, you could go to the there's some interesting places other than plantations.
You done working
But there are
death?
also plantation stores and stuff, so you have a chance to look at things that people used, 100 years ago, like in their everyday life.
Also,
like
you
in
could
their
go to
kitchens and-
Laurel Valley Plantation.
That's what I was
store.
saying.
Yes, they have
Well,
a whole area of old farm equipment.
I know. I think St. Joseph's plantation is run by a black family, and they try really hard to portray what life was really like for, the enslaved people who
Well, what a
worked
lot of
there and
people
lived
don't
there.
know
That's
is
the
that there were many plantations that were owned by free people of color.
Well, but my point is I've been to a lot of plantation tours, and they always tick me off because you point blank ask them, well, what was it like for the not rich people? And they'll lie to you and tell you it was wonderful. It was not
Well, I don't know who
wonderful.
told you that.
Homa House.
Well-
She lied to my face.
Well, average
And I just
people
kinda was
like
like,
merchants and
I'm not
farmers,
talking
truck
average people.
farmers
I
and stuff
asked
like that.
Because they wanted to make it seem like everyone was so super happy there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that's not the case. When you hold people against their will, they're not super
Yeah.
happy. And I just wanted her to be
Be
honest
real.
for a second, yeah. Because you can't learn anything if
Yeah,
you're
go
lying.
back up.
I know.
A lot of
girl.
people that work there, they're not paid a whole lot, and
Yeah, Jason.
they only know what they are told to learn. So I don't know what
I
else to
don't
say
know if I
about
think
that.
that's a good reason. But anyway.
Kenneth said Avery Island, Tabasco.
Oh, we love
Oh
that.
man.
They have an ice cream. They never sell the ice cream. They always give taste of it.
Ooh,
It's like tobacco.
Tabasco.
Tabasco. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think
Tabasco.
tobacco would taste so good.
Tabasco pepper ice cream.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
It tastes
yes.
like spicy apple.
That it's.
And there's a bird sanctuary on
Yeah.
Avery
Yeah.
Island that's supposedly, I haven't been, but I'd like to go. It's supposedly pretty cool.
And also, if you're in Morgan City, I don't know if it's open to the public anymore, but they've got a rig museum called Mr. Charlie.
Oh, I was
It
thinking
was one
about
of
Mr.
the-
Charlie.
It was one of the first offshore platforms in all of in the world, actually.
It's a teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, they teach. What they do is they have people, like if you're in an oil field or if you're about to stay off on a rig, and you haven't before, they let you go on there and they put you in seclusion.
It's a good opportunity to see if that kind of life.
Yeah.
Because some people, I couldn't take it. Like I'm
There's
somebody.
also one in Robert, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a facility.
I'm somebody who has to be around other people.
Well, you are around other people. It's just you're
Well,
around
The
work.
same
I mean, I
people
feel okay.
for Yeah. 7 to 14
I feel okay
days.
living in the dorm for the most part.
But you can't leave.
That was UNO. Where was I gonna go? I
I'm
had
just
no
saying
car.
on a rig.
Everything was
You're
Katrina
not
trash.
gonna go.
I wouldn't go in anyway. I couldn't even walk to Burger King.
The daiquiri shop was open right after.
Was it? I didn't know.
That's Louisiana for you.
It's true.
But as said by what's his name, Anthony Bourdain, in the episode of No Reservations, where he visited Louisiana after Katrina, he says
Yeah.
the first places open after a
But
hurricane are restaurants
Yeah.
and restaurants, bars, and daiquiri shops.
Well, that wasn't fair. He had a very specific look. Also, Walmart, Home Depot.
Yep.
As soon as they can, as anybody can. And that's
This is
it's
never
about the
gonna
electricity.
stay.
What?
what I'm doing. This thing is a beautiful mess that's gonna fall apart in 5 seconds.
Tina said dorms were miserable for them.
I feel that. I didn't like it. I could just do it.
Someone got killed in Becca's dorm. In her
It's
first
true.
dorm.
It's true.
You
They
use
were-
the super glue?
No, I used the Dollar Tree
Well, there you
pretty
go.
glue.
I mean, at least super glue you can let go after 5 minutes.
So if you look up on
You should have hot
YouTube,
glue gun.
if you look up
Maybe
on
that would've worked
YouTube,
better.
the incident, which I'm not going to say it because I don't want to hurt the families, but if you look up the incident, you'll see Becca's 15 seconds of fame where she says, where they ask, could you tell if there was a dead
I
body?
said it stunk in there because people ate boiled seafood and left the shells in the garbage cans. I had no problem outing that door.
Hey,
It did stink. There was no AC. There was no heat, but they were still
Hey,
charging
hey.
us $3,000 a semester to live there. No hot or cold. It was just cold
You
running
think
water,
that's
and
bad?
the thing stank.
You
They
think,
needed to be ashamed because I reported it
Well,
numerous
they didn't empty the
times.
garbage.
do you think that's bad? One of the people with the fire department, I was in the fire department with, he went to he used to work in Thibodeau, and he said that back when he worked in Thibodeau in the fire department, there was a meth lab in the parking lot of Nichols that was in a car.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
I don't know if that's ever gonna work.
Is this the black?
Yes,
What's
black glitter.
but Louisiana's a welcoming
Ooh.
I
state.
don't know. That's
Whew.
All of us
tornado.
said, holy cow.
Excuse me.
You gotta try living it.
Please. I'm skinny, but not that thin.
Definitely, you're not that skinny either anymore. No, she's fine.
And actually, Louisiana has a big movie business. We're called Hollywood of the South.
All right.
What? That's not good?
No, it's fine. It's just
Okay, look at mine.
give me
Paint
a
half
couple
and half.
seconds because
This part's gonna
it's a
glow.
lot.
This part's gonna
What about
be
the brown
dark.
middle?
I'm gonna wait till it dries and paint a straight line down the middle.
Hmm.
So that
I was gonna
so
say,
the
'cause it's
dark
not really in the
so the
middle.
dark you only see half of the face.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yes, he is a good boy.
I'll back up.
What?
If I paint like half of this black and half of it like glow in the dark, so if you're wearing it in the dark you only see half of the face.
You'd only see half the face in the dark anyway, Deb.
He's getting very much into this.
I know. Well, that's good.
Louisiana's a beautiful place. You know, if you're ever in areas of the swamp,
Take a swamp tour.
yeah, but you'll see. We went a couple weeks ago or a week ago. We went to what is it, Gosh, the island?
We didn't go out to the island.
Yeah, we did.
We did, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at the end of
Yeah,
the
you were
road,
there.
Yeah.
at the end of the road, there's a boat launch, and people are fishing there. Louisiana, boss. Don't say that.
It's true. Do you think he watches my YouTube channel?
I
That'd
don't
be
doubt
weird.
it. Yeah, it would be weird, but I doubt it.
But
Like too small world for me.
It was a little too small world for Devin, and it was just.
and actually, also, if you're in the metal, there's a lot of bands that came out of Louisiana.
If you're into music in general.
Crowbar
if
from
you're-
New Orleans, Acid Bath from Thibodeau, Down from New Orleans,
But
which
if you're
had
interested in music in
Panteras.
general, like when Joseph and I were first started dating, we used to go to a lot of shows out one
You also Soylent Green, Soylent, huh? That's a Louisiana metal band.
Yeah, once
Soylent.
but you had a
They must have
conversation.
been opening for
They're
somebody.
a small band.
They must have been
The
opening
biggest
for somebody.
band we've got in New Orleans is Down, and that's owned
What about
by
Devin Hester?
Pantera's
What about
Devin?
Devin?
That's-
Or
Bag of donuts,
what is it?
doughy bags.
Actually Down.
They've been playing since I was 5.
That
It's
is
time to
nice,
retire
yeah,
and
yeah.
let somebody else play the
And then you got
Alligator Festival.
that tribute band that just.
The Chiwis.
Yeah.
They
I
actually
don't
got-
care for
they-
any of
the
them. 'cause they're
Chiwis
doing
actually-
covers. They don't write any of their own
Chiwis,
stuff.
the Chiwis actually have a food named after.
That wasn't named after their name after.
No, they sell at gas stations too.
I
Bag
know what
from New Orleans
Chiwis
it
are.
says Chi
I know.
And it has a Louisiana
Devin,
street
it's
sign.
made by
That's-
Elmer's, and they came out with that long
Oh,
ago.
Yeah.
that's what this
That's
says.
what they got the
Remy's
name
name
from.
was almost Chiwi.
I know you call her
Remy.
Chi.
And
You called-
Cheeto.
You
Yeah.
called her your little Chiwi.
And my little Cheeto.
But yeah.
Because she was a little Cheeto.
But the sad thing about Louisiana
Cheeto
the metal scene in Louisiana is that most of the bars and most of the clubs that played them, like Siberia room and stuff are closing,
Yeah.
are becoming lounges.
Well,
So you're not gonna. So
The venues
unless-
are smaller.
Yeah, unless you have gone to those. Like I went to a Devin Townsend concert at the Joy
Joy?
Theater. You
Oh, was it
know,
the Britannia?
No, it's a Joy. But those kind of venues, they may seem very crowded and smoky and stuff, but those venues are closing. A lot of because
Because why? Because of COVID, huh?
Deb,
this is
I need you to do me a favor.
What?
I know everyone seems to be loving watching you run wild and me try to rein in a little. Your topic of conversation is fine, but I have anxiety issues.
Okay.
And right now my anxiety is spiking. So if we could just be calmer.
Even boys
I
telling
would be
me to
happier.
calmer.
So how long do you want to do this?
I mean, I don't know.
I didn't even use these.
I was
Also-
about done, but it just wants to fall apart. So
Also, if we are gonna do that thing about Louisiana, can we do the trips on days when I'm off? from
We
work?
already
We talked about this
about
already,
that.
Devin. But the problem is,
COVID.
no, that's not what I was gonna say. The problem is, the days that he's off, either fall on the day that he's got,
Tuesdays.
yeah, but Tuesdays is when you have the LSU FETI classes that you haven't been able to
I can do
take.
that at night.
Look,
We don't have to come
Devin,
home at 6.
They're only offered to the day, you've already missed
Yeah,
two
but they're
of
from
them.
Devin,
6 to 9.
listen.
Devin,
Devin.
you've already missed 2 out of
Devin.
3.
You focus on getting what you need to do done
And then
to be an adult, and we'll figure it out. I work from home. The only day is that set in stone is Thursdays twice a month.
I could change. my
Although
mind.
I got doctor's appointments coming up, so we'll have to schedule effectively. But we can make it work.
Alright.
Until he gets a full-time job.
No, even then we could just change the day. Cause I'm gonna be off one of those days. But I'm gonna say this:
He
our
just jumped up
family,
there.
my mom, my sister Joseph, I think, and Becca, and me, we love our state.
And your aunt?
I said that.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
We're
I
proud
mean,
of our
I tried
state.
to leave because for what I do, there's not a lot of opportunity. There's not a lot of anything for making comics.
You know what's going on in my head when you say that? The
The other
cat came
environment just
back
about killed
the
you.
very
Huh?
next
The other
day.
environment just about killed you.
Well,
Yeah, because they're more toxic.
this might kill me too. We'll see.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that you living back in the area where you feel most comfortable in will show
Oh, I mean,
in other areas and
Yeah, I'm not saying that you should hate the place you live if you don't live in Louisiana. I'm just saying you should take this as something about how we love our state.
well,
You should be proud of where you live. It may not be the best, it may be a very terrible place, but find something you love about it and let that grow.
and he's still painting.
I know.
And as
Getting
long as
into
he's
it.
painting, he'll still be talking.
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna say anything inappropriate.
It's the rapid fire because it's hard for me. It wears me out, and then I can't because I have ADHD and my attention span, my ability to focus is only so long. And I know that sounds like I'm being super rude. I'm
No,
really
she's
not
not. She's
trying
not.
to be, but
He's got the same thing.
yeah, we're a pretty honest family. I think most of us feel like it's better to lay your cards
That
on
was
the
the only
table.
problem with me and dating is that most of the girls who liked me weren't, they're honest, but with me you gotta be blunt.
Well, that one of them was. I would have liked her. She was blunt, and you didn't get it.
Get the message.
So-
I regret not dating her.
Yeah.
I still do.
You know.
So yeah. So what's your name?
No, we're not gonna say it. We're not
No,
gonna
we're
say
not
it
gonna
If
do
you're
that to
listening-
her. Well, I seriously doubt it. But if you are, he's still interested.
If you're listening, Devin gets the message now. It's a little bit too late, but
Yeah, who
Anyway,
knows? You never,
you never
know.
know.
You really don't. I met Joseph when I was in high school, and we talked a little, and we fell out of contact, and I didn't think anything of it. And then 4 years later, he recognizes me and shouts me down. So you never know. By shouts me down, I mean he's like, "Hey, Becca." I didn't know who he was. This is this good-looking guy talking to me, and I was like, "I don't know any good-looking guys. Who's that?"
You didn't say, I have a boyfriend.
Well, I did.
Production said, "Hey, Becca and everyone."
Hey,
Hey. Ooh, uh-oh, I just pulled your.
you did.
I just pulled your.
And Kima said your rainbow shirt is cute too.
Oh, thank you. It says Mardi Gras.
I've been debating whether or not I should mention this.
Uh-oh.
Paulo said he had a radio show at 1 a.m. when he was in college.
That's cool.
So I mentioned Devin was a DJ
Yeah,
Yeah.
or metal.
Me
Yeah.
grinder.
He was. What was your
that's
name?
cool.
The butcher.
He was called the.
I was the
Butcher.
butcher before that guy on Liquid Metal was the butcher. So
Yeah, he did a heavy metal show.
KNSU.
Nintendo.
All right, so
Oh. We
I
can't put them on
can't
our
do
faces.
anymore. Yeah, because this thing's so wet.
Me
It's
too.
all
I was
hard.
gonna do this part, but the part the one part fits so
And
well.
Devin's still painting.
Yeah.
So I stop right
So I think we're at a stopping point for this evening. But seems we had fun. It seems like y'all had fun. Joseph's wrangling Bowie, so I guess he's having fun. Next Tuesday is Mardi Gras. So I hope you guys have a safe and happy Mardi Gras. If you can, I hope you'll try some king cake. Or maybe make some red beans and rice and try that.
Or get some Popeyes
Or
fried
go-
Or
chicken.
get some Popeyes, yeah, how we all
I
celebrate.
can't have.
You can't have
you
it,
can't.
but
Well, I'd say the ribbon chicken.
You'd have to-
and,
you'd have to pick all the
regular
stuff
chicken.
off
Did you
of it.
mention the Mardi Gras pack, Becca?
I did not mention the Mardi Gras pack. I should mention it. Yeah, if you want to celebrate Mardi Gras at home, I've got a Mardi Gras pack going on. It ends on the 17th, so much like Mardi Gras, it turns to ashes after the 16th. And it's got volume 1 and volume 2 of 7-inch Cara, plus the Lilliputian Living, a special Mardi Gras mini print, masks, beads, and doubloons. So you can celebrate Mardi Gras at home. And you guys can find that
That's not
at
as bad.
7inchcara.com/shop/Mardi Gras. And Joseph will put that in the chat. And so, oh, he did. Joseph put that in the chat.
You're not going to play with me?
And that's a special deal, so it's $40 for all of that. And normally volume 1 and volume 2 alone together are $40. So you're basically getting Lilliputian Living, the mini print, the beads, etc. for free. And the cat is so distracting because he wants to get into spots he shouldn't. Bowie cat! Bowie boy! Come here! I think though, I'm going to move the camera around and show everybody the masks. I think Aunt Paula's is the only one that could be worn. The rest of us have non-functional masks.
Yeah, she stayed safe.
So this is mine. A flower and some feathers that go on the side, but they don't want to stick. So
You might
I'll
have to
stick that
use
on later.
Some epoxy.
Yeah, but epoxy takes time to mix.
Here
and plus it's big.
is Mom's.
Most of the
Saints
epoxy is
theme.
two-part.
No.
Is not Saints theme?
No.
What theme is it?
That's
Oh
what
no.
she feels like.
Yeah. Scoot in for me. Thank you. Ooh, I like the feather at the
Ah,
top.
thank you.
The two siblings is wonderful. Becca's mask is gorgeous.
Gow.
Gorgeous.
Gow.
Mine's
That's
gonna be
Aunt
sad and
Paula's. It's
pathetic.
very jeweled.
Kima said a Pokemon RP I know was talking about Mardi Gras, like their.
Mine's supposed to be
Rhinestones
half and
was
half.
Talking about getting a king cake with the plastic.
Mine was supposed to be half glow in the dark, half black. So
Yeah,
we're in dark.
but you're waiting for it to dry.
What
Yeah.
did you say
Yeah.
about the plastic baby, the king cake?
Getting a king cake with a plastic baby. I can show y'all what the plastic
If you
baby
live
looks
in
like.
Just
New
don't
Orleans,
eat the baby.
Hang
if
on.
you live in New Orleans, go
away.
to what's it called, Mackenzie's, or if is Mackenzie's?
Randazzo's.
Blind, or Vermis says, blimey, that's intricate.
Yeah.
And Kima says, oh my god, they're good. So good.
See, that's what the baby looks like.
You also can.
But
Becky-
usually
Becky
they
used
put
to
'em-
collect them and dress them up.
I'm
And
so
trolls,
what? I don't
too.
care. I love, I mean, I write comics about tiny people. This is a surprise to no one. I'm collecting them again now. I'm going to put them in a jar.
There you
Anyway,
go.
uh,
So people collect corks.
Jif jar?
Yeah.
huh?
A Jif
A
jar?
Jif jar. I was thinking like a big old mason jar, but a Jif jar is just so much creepier, really. And you leave the logo on, the label on. It's just like, why does she have a jar of babies?
Like a jar of teeth.
That's weird. Yeah, really.
These are my babies, my children's teeth. I
Anyway.
saved them. Now they're 30 years old. He's a, my youngest is 25
Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a good evening. We're gonna let our masks dry, and I think I'll see y'all next week. I think we're doing wood burning.
I'll do that with
Are you
you.
gonna be ready for it next week?
Well, I ordered little silicone fingers,
I can do it.
What was
So
the
we
thing
can
that
remove
was?
the masks. Which
Are
I
you,
need
is
to
it
talk
gonna
to
be
you
on a
about.
Tuesday?
No.
No, it was probably gonna be on a Wednesday, but
Oh.
What was it about the wood burning that kept us from?
No,
the silicone thing, seriously, because we needed to be able to remove
it's
the
gonna be
tips.
next Wednesday.
Hang on, and the masks, and we also
What
talked
mask?
about doing the N95s. Do you have an N95?
The white ones
No.
with the.
That
Well,
was
then I'll
not
get
a
you
wood.
one. 'Cause
Well, we
we have
one I use for when I do resin. It's a one with two giant things on the
Yeah.
side.
Ooh, that's what she recommends. But I was also gonna try to do it outside.
Yeah.
So if we were gonna do wood burning, and if you really want to do it Tuesday, we can do it
I'd love to.
Tuesday, and we can do a Mardi Gras wood burning stream. We can do it outside, but y'all gotta get here earlier so that we have
Okay.
sunlight.
Yeah.
Because the light on the
Yeah,
porch
and
is
that would
very
be
good.
better because if he does have a class on Tuesday night, it'll start at 6. It's from 6 to 9 at online. So we're still
Yeah.
hoping that he can make up the ones he didn't
Well,
do.
he could do the class here if he brings his laptop. So it's not like you're rushing back.
Wow.
Anyway.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah, we don't have to discuss the nuts and bolts with
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
So anyway, I will see you guys, I guess, next Tuesday on Mardi Gras. So y'all are in charge of bringing the king cake because I brought the king cake last time. And I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.
Bringing it.
No, I meant the stream.
Yeah.
The viewers bring the king cake.